Enzo, you there?
Yep.
Shay. Hunter.
Yes.
Ian.
Yeah.
Sam.
Yes.
Andrew.
Yo.
Font.
Yep.
It is time.
Also fine. Don't
As-
worry. Nothing bad happened yesterday, I promise.
Yep, nothing bad whatsoever happened last night. I mean, really, nothing bad did happen, but it was pretty funny.
It was really funny, but yeah.
I can explain it later, but I'll give you a little teaser for that with one single phrase, monkey paw curls. But anyways, yeah, do with that as you will, and then we'll come back here in a few hours and see how close your guess is. But yes, last you left off, you all had found yourselves within the kind of lower sections of this fort, this arena that y'all were seemingly trapped in, as the Dragonborn who kind of led you all down into the area, named Jadoran, began to kind of show you, or at least lead you all through as best as he could, seemingly having a map of the, an older map, I guess I should say, of the area below to kind of lead you all through as best he could. However, along the way, you all came across a handful of curious things. At first, what seemed like almost like a burial place, or like almost some crypts for old Dragonborn clans. As you went on, it seemed like there was some additional areas that were still accounted for, almost like a secret passage that led out. But there were some additional areas kind of tacked on to the sides of this pathway, indicating that maybe sometime recently, despite it being abandoned, someone at some point seemed to add additional rooms. And some of those rooms included things like a bit of an office area, which had some curious stuff in there, primarily a lot of books that I'm pretty sure you all just took all of them indiscriminately, as well as a rather nice painting of a seemingly some form of noble or king in weird attire with weird horns, but notably behind it was a safe that seemed to have a small music box and a small crown that seemed to match the crown that the individual in the painting was wearing. Upon trying to grab the item, however, even through Mage Hand, seemingly Ott began to get affected in some capacity, resulting in him striking.
Becoming a racist.
Yep, becoming racist against gnomes, striking Sawyer unprompted.
Speciesist, but you know.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. But upon seeing that happened, that being a little weird, Ott kind of handed over all his weapons to someone else, and then tried to grab the crown again. Only this time, it seemed to almost affect him a bit more, causing him to not only like kind of lose himself, but also just outright charge Sawyer down by chance, beginning to try and strangle him out of pure hatred before eventually he was able to snap out of it, and seemingly whatever the item may be has some curious properties to it. To which you all were able to at least kind of finagle it into a bag without really touching it, and then tying it up and hiding it away as you all continued on, eventually finding a couple other rooms that didn't really seem to have too much outside of like some murals and whatnot. But the bit weird or maybe creepy thing was that in a couple other rooms there was a small prison that seemed to have the skeletal remains of some humanoids that had been seemingly trapped in here, having been damaged pretty heavily, seemingly while they were still alive. And then upon exploring a bit further, you found what appeared to be something of a torture room. Had a chair and various tools. kind of leading some speculation into what might have been here. But regardless, you all kept going with your guide and eventually began to make it through the latter end of this tunnel section. Tripping a few traps, but luckily no one died. Though a couple of people got knocked unconscious. You all were able to eventually arrive at the surface, coming out and spending the next little bit, kind of traveling a bit further on foot until you arrived at the campsite. Kind of just discussing amongst yourselves, getting to know each other a bit more. And eventually, Jadorn kind of led you all to what appeared to be a small camp that had a few people in it. One seemingly a winged tiefling woman, as well as oddly enough, a monodrone that seemed to act like a normal person to some extent, albeit a little jittery, especially at Erie's presence. But with that, finally you met the final member of the camp, being a small halfling gentleman who basically confessed that he was the one that was trying to bring you all to this spot, but things went a little awry, but that nonetheless you were here now, and that he had something of a proposition for you all, and that his name was V. As we pick up now, as what are you all wanting to do?
So,
Ask him about the proposition.
my
Oh,
God.
good heavens!
Whoa, that was a weird echo!
He
So-
made the mistake of standing over me when he said that. My phone's on speaker. Oh, you fucking idiot.
It kept getting louder and louder.
so V, what is it you want us to do exactly, or proposing?
Fuck your ears.
Oh no.
Please don't. Please don't.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, Gonzo. They are like I guess you'd say they are mechanical Mike Wazowskis. I guess that is a way to look at them.
It just feels so right in my mind.
That's a cursed image. Yeah. Well, that's the meme version, but yeah. But yeah, as you ask him, Sawyer, as you all are kind of like at this point now, kind of all sat around the little fire, he kind of leans forward and takes the canister that seems to have tea or something in it, and kind of pouring himself some as he kind of sits back and just says,
What's in the canister?
"It's some form of tea."
He offered it to all of us.
Yeah, he offered it last session.
I conjured my own cup and I started drinking.
I'm gonna finally take a sip of the tea and just. That's a lovely cuppa.
I'm glad that you at least like the cup, I suppose.
It's a cuppa. It's a cup of tea. Cuppa.
Oh,
That a
I see.
regional dialect kind of thing.
I mean a bit.
Man, I can't imagine someone have a regional dialect like that. That'd be kind of weird.
well, regardless, as mentioned, I have a bit of a proposition. But first, let me start out with a question for you all. As he kind of looks up for a moment and this says, on nights like this, what do you suppose you see at night? Up in the sky, I guess I should specify.
Stars.
Stars.
Lungus says immediately.
More of a firefly stuck in tar kind of guy myself, but
I like to see it as flaming balls of death just inevitably waiting to finally run into our planet and take itself out with us.
What is your guys' problem?
a little existential, but technically none in theory can be incorrect, as well, for the most part, we're not too sure. But what if I told you that up there, each and every one of those little stars, or as you put it, fireflies in tar, what if I were to say that there was in each one of them, or around each one of them, a place like this, people like us, going about their days, their lives?
I don't know. Aliens aren't real, man.
Seems unlikely.
It would
I
certainly
mean, I would
seem
hope
so.
so. I would hope they were
Around, I mean,
people.
each star, or
Hard to say. There's so many that the chances of all of them being inhabited, as well as none of them being inhabited outside of our own, it's hard to say either way.
Are you talking about demiplanes?
I suppose you could look at it in a way like that. But yes, if you would have asked me when I was much younger, I'd have probably said that something similar, that it's rather unlikely that there would be anything else out there. But, and I know many of you, from what I've learned of each of you, probably or most likely weren't around during this time, but about 40 years ago, life as we knew it almost ceased on account of, well, a god in the form of a something of a moon or large meteorite on its way.
Thing was horrifying.
And that it was. And at first, many people thought that it was just simply the avatar of the warden, and that was all there was to it. But given the extent of damage that it caused and what little time that it had around us, many people, including myself, thought that perhaps it was time for us to try and do something, that perhaps maybe that there was a possibility that out there was nothing else, or sorry, that there was something else. Because as it turns out, the several people who went on that structure to deal with it came back with knowledge and information of creatures on there that did not match anything that lives here that we know of, potentially implying that there might be more people like us out there and that we were just simply in the way of whatever the warden was after.
So wait, you're saying the warden was after something else?
It's hard to say. Most assume that it was just here to destroy us, that it was completely antithetical to life itself, and that, well, we in our realm as a whole has life and is flourishing with it and has been for millennia, and that we were just in the way and we happened to have enough life to be on its radar.
so the warden was coming after more places than just this, or
Presumably, from what those who were there said, that there were skulls, there were undead creatures that were, well, that had bodies and structures of people that we had never seen, races that we simply had never seen, that we don't have here. And so, when everything was said and done, when it was destroyed, in Cyrustir, they began to, the council assembled people to look into it, see about researching and looking into various other realms outside of our own. But after nearly 40 years, they weren't really ever able to figure too much out. The magic just didn't seem to be plausible for them. But I'm not them.
You're saying you got a method head to those places, or
Not only to head there, but to get some semblance of information. It's not a lot, admittedly. But I began looking into it. I was especially driven to do so under the idea that if there were others out there, that in theory there are who knows how many people out there who are currently in danger of having a cataclysmic event like that occurring to them. So I figured that it was only right for not just life on our own realm, but life everywhere to be given a second chance.
so let me try to get to what you're saying at the end here. You assembled all of us together through various methods or by accident. Try to assemble a team of people to go around saving other places.
Whether you look at it that way. But I know that for a lot of people, such a task would be relatively not in the cards, so to say. People have a lot to live for here. And not to say that you all don't, but as far as I'm aware, and I'm not going to specify any names or anything, but I know a lot of you are looking for things, looking for someone, looking for answers. And I hate to be the bearer of somewhat bad news, but for a lot of you, your best bet may not be here in this realm.
What do you mean? Someone kidnapped someone and take them to another realm or something?
Let's look at it this way. My device is meant to identify, it's meant to divine issues, like the issues with the Warden 40 years ago. It's meant to divine issues not only here, but also in other realms.
And when you say divine, you mean predict? Or
Yes.
And you're saying that this device divined that most of our issues are somewhere else?
Well, using the device as well as my own network of information and some various tricks and whatnot that I've picked up over the last 70, 80 years, I can safely assume that for many of you, the answers you seek aren't as simple as you might hope.
Well, I like to take your word. I mean, you did just help us out of that pretty bad situation there. But for something like as serious as what you're saying, like what we're searching for, the like being in other planets or realities, think we might need to see what exactly you're talking about, like what information you're pulling this from.
Okay. The device in question, it is a simple object. It effectively all at once can go through countless realms, seeing what all's going on, what all is coming to each of them, and then it relays it back here. It's hard
That's
to really,
pretty nifty.
yes, it's hard to show it as it doesn't create a book or conjure a piece of paper that has everything written down on it.
You got this device on you?
No. I keep it safely locked away back home, and I don't take it out unless it is being in use. as much as I would like to show it to you now, I can't guarantee that you all will be even on board with this whole proposal. And also, while I have a general idea of each of your characters and how you'll react to various things, there's still always a little bit of chaos and everything.
How did you get us all gathered here? Did you orchestrate kobolds or just?
No.
And a dragon.
He kind of sits up. No,
Don't forget the dragon.
I don't think you did. But
No,
we're all
was-
here, and you're talking to all of us at the same time. Did you
That
just get us in the
was-
wrong place at the right time, or?
I suppose you could say that. Yes, that was
Okay.
unforeseen consequences. In theory, the device can see things like that, but I've specifically created it to only provide information for situations that result in a either world-ending catastrophe or adjacent scenario. Otherwise,
I guess you would get back a lot of responses. If it was
I would
just
get
every time kobolds
yes.
get attacked.
Yes. So
does he-
originally, I was going to
You seem
have
to be
you come out
truthful,
here.
Andy.
You can give an insight check.
I'd love to.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Can I roll an insight check? Just because Sawyer's kind of skeptical about what he's saying, because that's a really powerful magical device, and he's an artificer.
go
He's
for it.
really confused.
I just don't fucking trust them until I actually see that thing. So.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Ah.
So you're trying to discern if he's like being truthful about like the
Ye-
concept of the item, or just if he's like
if
not
he's
trying to pull one over on you.
trying to see if he's pulling one over on us, but also trying to see if that device he was talking about he wasn't lying about, because that's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, as you kind of listen to him and you watch him, like he doesn't seem like he seems relatively open and not like really defensive or cut off in terms of stuff like that. So, like as far as you're aware, he seems to be relatively truthful.
Okay. Well, it seems like you're being honest to it. It's really nice. But at the same time, we gotta deal with our own issues. Especially what we're trying to get right now. So, you're
I mean-
certain you have methods that your method you're using will let us know or take us to where whatever we're looking for is.
Well, I would imagine that for a lot of you, that in theory, look, let's look at it this way. This only works. I can only guarantee that you all would be open to this if whatever issues you have going on are not easily solved. For example, if you're simply looking for someone, then with this item, or rather, with my knowledge and my skills, I can help you find and deal with whatever it is that you all are going through, assuming that it's able to be dealt with here. But I would need time for stuff like that. And for those of you who have issues that are beyond this, well, your best bet is probably helping me anyways, as statistically speaking, if something, for example, let's say you were looking for a cure for a disease that we as a society do not have a cure for. In theory, here we may not have it, but in other realms, who knows? You may find a place where they've conjured up a cure-all that cures anything and everything with one simple drop, and so on and so forth.
So this goes further than like planar travel, right?
Yes, we're not talking just going from here to the Feywild or to the Shadowfell. look at it this way. Those stars that you see at night, like tonight now, he kind of looks up. Imagine if each one was surrounded by a very large yet durable shell made of glass, diamond, whatever translucent material you can think of. And imagine that each one, including our own, is surrounded by that. And inside each of those shells is not only the star, but also various other worlds and realms like our own, each one with their own planes, each one with their own issues and their own people. Not to say that every single one of them has life in it, but
So there's a sphere of glass around every star.
Just think of it as
hypothetically speaking.
I'd say, pal. I'd say just think of it as if there's just a whole bunch of demi-planes surrounding all the stars,
Oh,
and that'll
okay.
be the simplest way to put it. And if you're actually able to help us, which like you're able to, Maple, we should probably take this guy's offer. He seems to be honest, and it might be our only way of finding.
But Mabel's not sure. Mabel's also shaking his head and going, but what if she's here?
He
Well,
just
it's
he-
possible that whoever you're looking for is here. But have you had any luck finding them?
no.
No.
Look, he kind of leans forward a bit. Before everything happened with the warden, I was something of a, I guess, simplest way to put it was that I was a spy, an information gatherer for Cyresteer. I went all over Golden Reach, made all forms of contacts, know so many people's secrets. I can find just about anyone, anything, but it requires time. My offer is basically you join me, and while you all are out helping people, saving their worlds, dealing with issues that they can't save themselves from, I can gather information and help you with your issues back here once you return. The item can only be used so often before it loses energy and requires, I guess, recharging is the best way to put it.
And just to clarify, do you use this item to look at us, or how did you find out about us specifically again?
A mix of the item as well as my own research. For many of you, you've been on my radar for years. I've been watching you, and I don't mean that in any bad way, but I've been aware of many of you for a while now.
Are you that weird customer that's been ordering shit remotely from me for a while now?
No.
Okay, good.
I somehow doubt that part, but
Yeah, that sounds like
at
a
least
long
with how you're
shot.
saying, with being able to find anyone or anything, that it sounds intriguing enough, and it seems like to me, at least as far as it seems with Sawyer here, that you're being truthful. But I'm a bit ignorant of this plane's thing, so I couldn't really vouch for this myself. But I think that if we were to agree to come along and do this for you, with you, I think it'd have to be contingent at least on us being able to view ourselves in the same way that this item was able to view us, like being able to use it. So we can see exactly what it's seeing about us, or what our goals are, or whatever it might be. Think that sounds fair.
I can probably
So
make it
all
work. it has parameters set in place. It won't pry too deeply. It can't figure out the inner workings of your mind. A lot of that is, well, up to mortal interpretation, and that's where I come in. Let's put it this way. He kind of looks at you, Eerie, and he says, he starts speaking, but it's in a language that seemingly none of you understand, as he starts speaking in Modron. And I'll send you what he says, actually.
Okay.
The desire to cast comprehend languages
Mm,
just it's so high.
It's you and fucking Hugh all over again, sending him to go watch Mork and
I gotta
Wander's
know.
meeting.
I gotta know.
I-
I gotta
I-
know.
I can't.
I mean,
Well-
remember the last time you eavesdropped on a conversation? What
I was-
happened?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not a wizard this time. I'm just a fighter.
Little did you know, I need a fighter to unlock this box I have that is well, oh shit, it's Pandora's box.
There you go.
Kratos, is that you?
Okay. I'll just reply back in Modron. I can say I see, but I'm gonna swap back to common. Gotcha. Well, that
So-
is certainly useful.
Sawyer, do
Yeah.
you know what they're saying? That was a lot of ones and zeros that came out of their mouths.
I couldn't comprehend it. I don't speak Bodrin.
It was honestly
Mm.
close. Modron sounds close to like deep speech,
Mm,
only instead of like guttural like sounds, it's more like clicking and like I don't know what the term for it would be, but like just almost like sharp clicking sounds, really, and whatnot.
I'm gonna
So
go with my
you're
theory
telling me
of
they
that
were
it's
looking at-
binary.
They were looking at each other going.
a lot of different languages sound really fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
I know. I'm just imagining they're just fucking making gear noises at each other while they're sitting in front of us, and we're just supposed to think that's an actual language.
I mean,
Well, to
Um,
be fair, most of us probably wouldn't hear gear noises every day.
Oh, I'll type a response sec, but I will swap back to common and say I see. It's interesting. Well, I still think that while your interpretation is valid and the information you've gained would be useful, us all working from the same information playing field and seeing what this thing has on us specifically before we dive into different realms would be something that's at least I would require. I don't really have great experience jumping between realms, so I want to know what I'm getting myself into with my own eyes.
Very well. Anyone else with any stipulations or requirements?
so if I understand this right, you are aware of what all of us are individually attempting to accomplish, yes?
For the most part.
I mean, you could like write it down, or you could like whisper it. I mean, just a little confirmation of that would be, nice for everyone, I think.
Sure.
I don't want to come off as ungrateful or untrusting, but I'm a little tired. I'm a little irritable after Kobold stabbed me in the wrong spot, but
I mean, really, beyond that, we are being asked to jump between worlds, maybe planes. Like these sorts of things aren't typical to be broached with. So, taking caution in these matters, I feel like, is valid.
It is certainly a big ask, and I'll
I
admit,
mean, I'm sold.
he kind of like almost looks a little like almost taken aback at just how like quick that was. Like, oh, okay.
well, I mean, hey, my heart is going. I can't be that bad.
I just witnessed that man almost die. Can it really not be that bad?
Oh yeah, for him.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna look at Maple and just go. It's up to you at the end of the day, kid. We're doing this for you, not for me.
Oh, this is wholesome.
So is he like your dad or
Mentor.
Father figure?
dad?
No,
Got
I
it.
just call him Daddy.
Yeah.
Please don't call me daddy.
That's child.
Daddy Sawyer.
Don't call me daddy. I don't want to be called that.
Papa?
No, look, I ain't got no
Pops.
kids. I don't want anyone to call me dad, papa, father, anything of that sort, okay?
Mother?
Do I look like a mother to you?
I think he has more of like a
It's
weird uncle
2024.
vibe, but
Uncle's fine, I
To
guess.
be completely honest with you, I wouldn't really be able to tell who is what just by looking at them anymore. So you kind of just look like a person.
huh?
You got the
Could you not see through your mask, or need some like
you got a
lens
weird
cleaner?
magical effect on your eyes through your mask.
You just see some shit and it changes your perspective on things.
Right. Note to self, don't do whatever the fuck he did.
Yeah, no
That's-
kidding.
Yeah, definitely don't. Would not recommend it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, if you can help us all out, I think it seems like a fair fair trade. What are some of the dangers or the downsides of not just plane hopping, but I guess world dimension hopping? I don't know the word for it, but
I mean, I can confirm that the traveling aspect is relatively safe.
As long as you get
I've
the
been
coordinates
to-
right.
Yeah,
We had a
Alright.
few.
Well,
We had a
the
few
what?
test accidents.
are all these other places we'd be traveling to habitable under the same, conditions of like this plane, same air, same kind of like weight and gravity, if that's been invented yet?
yes.
What do you mean by invented?
Well, someone had to figure out what
Effectively,
it was.
effectively, the item is well aware of what myself, as well as you or anyone else who would end up using it to go somewhere, it's well aware of what you can handle in terms of environment. So it's not going to send you to a world where, say, they breathe like flammable gas, and that's just simply how they evolved.
So what you're saying is no matter where we go, there will be worms.
He kind of like squints his eyes at you. I can't confirm nor deny that worms with an O or a Y.
Oh. Like these, and then he pulls a few out of his little bag.
They're a big
He
part of his food pyramid.
he like
It's like the
he
whole bottom.
They are integral.
V has like his mouth open, like say something, but it's like genuinely flabbergasted. He's,
You didn't get that in your research,
I-
did you?
I can't say that I was concerned one way or the other if worms existed on every realm that I tested. So I guess you could consider that a maybe.
We can just.
Well, hopefully the machine knows.
We can just bring a bag of them if you really need to eat worms everywhere you go.
That's
Yeah,
an idea.
they, close to where I live, there's a fishing store, and they have like bait as worms. I'm sure you could pick up a lot to go.
There's actually this this older culture that I was rooting around through that has this weird like stick that you kind of like rub on the ground and makes worms kind of crawl up through the top.
What an odd
And-
society.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just we were trying to figure out what it does, and luckily they had written it down.
But yeah, not sure if worms are everywhere. I don't know if that's a universal constant for all the realms, but I'll try and get back to you on that.
He nods.
Anyone else? Anyone who requires any form of dietary need? I can't guarantee stuff like this.
What is that even conveying? Like the
I
noise?
was. Yeah.
Oh, the image I
Those
posted.
Yeah.
Vibrations.
Oh, I
It's
thought we
called-
were talking about how he's like asking us about our dietary needs.
Oh,
It's called-
because the flunks was talking about worms.
Called
He's talking
worm
about the
grunting,
image.
and I think it like mimics like the vibrations of rain, which makes worms go up. And so you can stick a stick in the ground and rub it up and down on the ribs, and it'll like, depending where you're at, attract worms.
What the fuck?
Interesting.
Look up worm
Science
grunting.
Shit.
I love it.
Learn something
Yeah, I
new
have
every day.
no further stipulations. I imagine we won't just like be teleported to a place that'll just immediately kill us. So
Yes, no, stuff like that, it will always bring you to a location that will be safe for you all that won't directly harm you. Now that's not to say that you'll be like the societal norms and whatnot. That's hard to say. If let's say, I don't know, he kind of looks at all of you and sees that you're a relatively diverse group. Let's say that there's a place out there that just really hates gnomes. And
Hey, I
slowly look over at
I know one of those. Don't worry.
oh, yeah, see. Let's say they really, really hate gnomes. They see them as a bad omen, and they kill them on sight along with anyone who's associated with a gnome. If you get put in a city that has or that is of that, or at least you get put outside a city, it can't account for the fact that you're going to go straight in there and detect that that is a bad outcome. So stuff like that you'll have to be vigilant for.
Speaking of like hating gnomes, can I give like a description of the painting we saw?
Sure. Are you just telling them about it?
Yeah, I'm just going to describe it to him. Do you know anything about this? And I'll describe the painting.
He kind of like listens and thinks for a moment. I mean, it sounds like what I would imagine is just a piece of like an old ruler, a noble or something.
Okay,
It's not
didn't
anything
know.
I've been aware
Didn't know
of.
if it was something of this region that was of like more notable history.
I mean, I could potentially look into it, I suppose.
Did any of us grab the? I think the painting was too big to grab, if I recall.
The painting was like way too big to grab.
Yeah,
to
you didn't
put
get the
in a bag.
painting,
Yeah.
but you got the stuff that was in the safe. Because the painting's like one of those giant like wall
Yeah.
pieces, right? So
It was a
Yeah.
crown and a music box, right? I
yeah.
I have the crown in a bag.
think you have the music box. Someone else.
I have the music
think-
box.
Yeah. You can just drop it in there, but I think keeping them separate would probably be a good idea if we want to ever grab the music box and not get cursed.
Music box and curse.
I know I'm saying like we should keep them separate.
Crown isn't cursed either.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's just that was just a
I was gonna say,
natural.
did that of my own choice.
If that was out of your own choice, me and you gonna have to have a talk, mister.
But I will follow up with like him describing it. Say, yeah, no, there was a cursed crown that matched that crown that the tiefling was wearing and caused some issues. So we're trying to figure that out.
I think it may have been from the place you were describing, if I had to guess.
Interesting. I can't say I've ever heard of a ruler or notable figure that looks like that, but I suppose something to look out for in my future endeavors.
Now I think about it. Could I?
Don't think too hard.
He's going for it.
I'm
He's starting
going
to
to. I'm going to sip down the rest of my cup, and I will conjure the painting.
How?
It says School of Conjuration is produce object. The painting was an object. I could just make a copy of it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of equity, right?
Yeah. So how I guess you describe how this would look as you all would watch just Sawyer set his cup down and proceed to do whatever he's about to do.
No, I conjured my cup, so I had to drink around the rest of it to
Oh.
conjure a new item. So my cup would disappear, and then I would conjure that.
All right, yeah. As you all would basically watch Sawyer just kind of get up, step off over to the side a bit. The cup you would watch quite literally just with a slight popping sound relative to its size disappears, and then you would see Sawyer almost like close his eyes and begin to wave his hands around, almost as if he's forming the outline of the painting before like putting his hand into the center, as you would see the entire like from the center, it almost like magical energy spreads out and covers the entire like front and back of this this item. And after a couple more seconds, seemingly, you would see a near identical replication of the painting from inside.
This fiddle.
Oh, you can just do that. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch.
pretty useful.
Yeah. If you ever need a fake painting, for an art gallery, you need to swap them out or something. I know who to call.
How?
Hey,
How
don't
long
last
did-
that
and
long.
a thief.
I was gonna say, how long do those last?
They last about.
Oh, I mean, do you not know, or
Well, if it gets
Maybe he just walks away before it dissipates.
Is
If
that
it
an
gets-
illusion? I just like go to kick the corner.
Oh wait, no! As soon as you kick the corner, it disappears.
Yeah.
It can't take any damage. It disappears if that happens. So I conjure it back up again. As for the time limit on it, I don't quite know. Usually, if it runs out, I just conjure whatever I was using anyways, because I usually use it as a tool. Or if I chunk
I will
it
say-
across the shop.
While it does almost like identically replicate it, it is a lot smaller.
Yeah, because I have a 3-foot limit.
Yeah, it can only be 3. It has to be 3 by 3 by 3 at most.
Yeah.
So it's like it's much smaller in its dimensions, and it's also like a lot thinner.
It's slightly
in
taller
terms
than me,
of,
though.
like,
so Sawyer,
Yeah.
you're telling me that in your 200 or whatever years of life,
70.
you've never figured out how long this thing lasts for?
I've only been a wizard for 40 years, and I've only been able to do this for about 5.
You said 40?
Yeah.
5.
Oh, okay, I haven't
That
been
is an
doing
eighth.
anything for 40 years.
7/8 of your time. What have you been doing for 7/8 of that time?
Learning how to use other tools and also running a shop. And also in the past 4 years, I picked up that one as a point to Maple. I'm a busy man. I don't have time to be a full-time wizard.
Picked up
The-
like adopted or
I was gonna say the
stole?
adoption stuff takes a while.
Did you
True.
Picked up as
She'll
in
lean
decided.
over towards the smaller child and be like, "Are you a foundling?"
Picked up as in took under my wing to teach him not to steal.
You made wing or
You can say her too. She's not a ghost. She's not dead.
I was talking
I think
about
they were
you
talking
in
about you.
particular. I wasn't talking about her. It was a slip of the tongue.
Uh-huh.
It was, I promise. And I know she's not dead. We'll find her.
Right.
And this man looks like he'll be able to help.
looking for your
Yeah.
mom, I assume, or
I'm pretty sure that means they're foundling. I don't think that comes from that.
No, I'm not
In, like,
looking
most
for my mom
cases.
to answer you.
I see.
sister?
Yeah, twin sister.
There it is. Okay.
My next guess was aunt.
Yeah, I was going down
Oh,
the family
my-
line.
No, my mother's a
Second
full
cousin,
human,
twice removed,
so...
on your dad's side.
No, my mother's a full human, and no, so it's a little hard. It'd be a little harder to look for a full human in an entire place, but looking for a half tabaxi like me shouldn't be this hard. Considering I've never seen another half tabaxi.
I didn't know that was an option, if I'm being honest. So
I don't think anyone did. Let's be real.
The options are innumerable.
I tell if that's in character or out of character.
That's in character.
I mean, if there were to be like a half genasi, I feel like a half fire genasi might go poorly, but
I saw a
Yeah.
half bull, half mermaid person once. They just look like
Oh.
a normal person, but, you know.
like a Murnitor.
Yeah,
a half minute.
I was gonna say a bull maid.
yeah. Yeah, it was odd. I met
What are we doing now? Sorry, we're off.
Yeah, sorry, we definitely got
What?
off course
We've
there.
only met each other
I'm-
recently, so we're
what's-
still like, figuring each other out.
What's in this tea?
I just want to know. I don't care about food or whatnot. My question is, how long will we be there? How long do
Well-
these trips take? Is this
The time wouldn't pass any differently, provided that you stay within the area of the item. One of you will have to carry it, basically, and as long as you have it, out, like as long as you have it on your person, it can't be in like a bag of holding or an extra dimensional space. But as long as it's out and somewhere, then basically all of you who are connected to it within a set distance will have access to your normal magic abilities, so on and so forth, and also time won't be like going to the Feywild if you live here in the material plane, where you go in there and 30 years pass. Time will be relative to what you experience it, so if you're gone for a week will pass here.
When he says "oops, 30 years pass," I just kind of like slowly turn over to look at Eerie. Turn back.
I
Flungus
see.
starts
I'm so
looking
glad I have
around.
a mask
Flungus didn't even know that. Flungus is just a little confused. He's like, "It's been 30 years. How long was I in there?"
when to fail, I don't want to know.
If everything maths out to math correctly, you were in there for like 40.
Wait,
Wait.
how? I mean, no.
Huh.
How does don't frogs don't live that long, or
They lived that
When
long
you-
if they went to the Feywild and came back and had a nice
Fair.
little time skip.
fair enough.
Well, you would know, Flungus, that when you went to the Feywild, they did outfit you with a bracelet that basically keeps you from getting lost, temporally speaking.
Flungus probably just thought it was like an amusement park band. He's like, "Oh, sick, awesome! I'm part of the group."
Yeah, they'd have put it on you on your way in, or like when you were going in. That way,
Yeah.
you're not there for like a day, and then 10 years pass in the
Dead.
material plane.
Yeah. Okay.
My only other question is, you do not care how we do these things. We go in, we do however.
Yes, it
Like-
will. The device will bring you to a location relatively close to whatever the threat is. And as long as you deal with it, doesn't matter really how you do it. I would prefer minimum innocent death as possible.
I mean,
All
fair.
right, no innocence. That is
What if the
fair.
threat's
So-
like a baby? You know, like this guy's gonna grow up to be like, the
How?
next
How are you
whatever.
scared of baby?
It's not less of scared of baby. It's more like just
So-
the
It's not
moral
scared of
conundrum
baby.
of the baby.
Man,
You see baby and say,
think
"Oh,
there's-
this is
I
threat."
think
It's
there's
a
a
baby.
difference between a baby and an innocent person.
Babies
it could
are
be an
never
evil
innocent.
baby.
V is almost like horrified at this hypothetical. She's like, well, that doesn't. It doesn't
I have never
necessarily
heard
mean.
of an evil baby.
Look,
Well,
if
I'm
there's
just saying, what if the next
I
fucking
mean, maybe it wasn't born yet.
I can't remember the name of the god, the death god, the fucking
Ian, your
Warden
accent is
CBG.
killing me, dude.
the warden.
Oh god.
the ward. What if the next warden is it sends us to a time where they're a baby and we just it's saying kill the baby. Like what happens then? Do we just have to kill the baby or it feels a bit fucked up.
This is V right now listening to all this.
I mean, if it like saves people overall, right?
No, it's not. It's not going to necessarily do that. I mean, I can't. I don't. Would I? No, it can't.
Wouldn't
No,
that be like
I've-
the most efficient? Like technically,
no,
it sounds
stop.
fucked
No,
up, but, like,
I've
wouldn't it?
no,
Look.
I've intentionally
Well, you should unintentionally
provided
fix
it
it.
with some form of a moral compass in a way, to where it will not.
There's a compass in
act-
your device.
No. So, okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that the threat that you're dealing with is the immediate threat. It just means that whatever the threat is that it sees, either it is the immediate threat or it has some chain reaction that leads to a catastrophic
Like a baby,
effect.
like an evil baby.
I will not go if I have to kill baby. Killing baby is coward's way. I am.
No.
saying.
I don't want to kill Tadpole's
She'll just
No.
sit on the ground and cross her arms and kind of.
No babies are going to be killed in this job. It's not
No,
going
we're-
to happen.
We're gonna take the baby and raise him as our
No,
own and
babies
change
are
their ways.
True. Wait,
That
this
can be good.
This could just become a little orphanage. We just take all the evil babies that are to be and then raise them to be good, and then it stops the issue. Then it's no longer a problem.
look, I had to help
We
raise a kid
gotta
for the past
kidnap
4
and
years.
get
I don't want to raise more kids.
Babies.
Hey, but you're the perfect daddy.
Hey,
Dude, stop calling me that.
We could
What
use your
of-
experience.
you don't want to be called dad? I can call you dad.
I mean,
Are we kidnapping babies?
That's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, it feels like
Um,
it's quite a strong possibility here.
What?
I feel
I'm a little lost here.
Alright. Getting
I
back.
feel like we skipped a handful of steps to get here.
I'm just saying, it's completely possible. Like it's like a natural disaster that would be the catastrophic
gonna
event
go
we
to
need to try and
different
stop,
places.
right? As well, but
I
it's
thought we were
also
gonna go to
completely
different
possible there's
places,
an
save
evil
the
baby.
world. Yeah, I thought we were gonna go to different places, save the world, and then come hop back.
Yes, that is
Or-
the general idea.
Right.
What if we go and it makes us kill a evil world to save a baby?
Okay, what if instead it's like has like a
Okay,
minimum age?
look,
like, it has to
can
be,
we
like,
stop
10 years
talking
old
and
or
all
maybe
these
we can-
hypotheticals?
What if there are 2 train tracks and 1 lever?
The
On
fuck's a
one track,
train?
baby. On other track, puppy. What do?
Does-
The fuck's a train?
Which one's evil?
I've got a little bit of a question. Does
I don't know what it does.
the-
I pull the lever.
does it does it send us to different timelines then? Like,
no,
is it's just like it just hops us from one place to another like a giant gate.
yes.
So no time travel.
Right. So
No, time
evil-
is a constant in all realms as far as I'm aware. It all goes the same direction.
so
Eh.
Forward.
evil baby isn't a thing that can happen. Right.
I would hope
Well,
not.
Well,
like, what if there's an
this-
evil baby on another planet, like right now?
Yeah, this thing could
Will
predict in
become
the future.
problem. I think that's the thing.
Well, it would
Then
also
we
more than
wait.
likely send you to a time like to no. He's like very noticeably like confused, like
So-
mildly
No
annoyed.
one thought about this.
So what the device is gonna do, from what you're saying, is if an emergency thing that's about to cause an apocalypse or destroy the
Like
world,
a baby.
if it happens immediately before we get there, it's when we will get there. It won't happen because
No,
if
he
it
also said it would be if it
No-
caused
no
a
time
chain
travel.
reaction.
no.
He sounds like a parent telling a child, "We'll get there when we get there."
No, the device, like, it can only predict or it can only know that a threat is happening if there is information at this current moment. If there is, let's say, hypothetically speaking, there is a baby who is going to be, let's say, he kind of stops for a moment. Do you know who Ventric is?
Yes.
More of a Vaymire fan myself, but
So Ventric was the original ruler of the northeast part of Cyrustir. He had a
Yes.
massive kingdom. He was a tyrant, and he was a massive advocate for the slave trade in Goldenreach at the time. Now, let's say
We killed him as a baby.
no, let's say that in another world, someone almost identical to him is born now.
Yeah.
The device is not going to look at this child, this baby, and think that in 40 years' time they will eventually grow up to be a tyrant. It is going to look at the immediate, everything going on, and as far as it's aware, the child may have a rough upbringing, sure, but it can't predict that he's going to go on to do these horrible things. Now, let's say, in another hypothetical, that there's a world who already has this Ventric individual who is born and is now 30, who is beginning their coronation into their position of power. They're becoming king. In that case, if this otherworldly Ventric has a master plan to take over the kingdom and then use his army to pillage and demolish an entire continent. Let's go even further. He's gonna drop a magic bomb in the weave of that world and just blow up everyone who uses magic, right?
That's
If that's
oddly
his
particular.
plan, hypothetically, in that moment, if that is his plan, the device then will know that he has this plan and will act accordingly and more than likely send you all there to deal with it then, because it's immediate, it's an immediate issue, it's known, the device
Oh.
knows.
Oh, okay, hold on. Well, then hypothetically, then there are no like immediate ones
Ash.
like the 30-year-old Ventric, and the
move.
only one available is like the baby Ventric. Will it be
Why
able
would
to
it
go
think?
back far?
Why would it think the baby is evil?
Because if it
What
looks
a-
into
what
the
a killer
future of this
baby.
baby, it's gonna become Ventric.
so
Basically, what I'm getting from this
Okay,
is
the
that the
spawn
baby
killer.
has to have evil thoughts already.
So
Okay, so
the
maybe it's like a
device can
10-year-old
only-
kind of deal. Like 10 is like the limit
Yeah, they
here.
would like start like kicking animals or something.
Okay,
and
let's look at
it this
we
way.
swoop in.
If 10-year-old Ventric is somehow has knowledge and wisdom beyond his years and is capable in that moment of destroying the world, I don't know, he has infinite wishes or something and can destroy an entire world all on his own in that moment, then I suppose, hypothetically speaking, it might want you to kill him.
Yeah. Okay. So we might be asked to kill babies. Okay.
So the device can only see across all other places, but at the current time,
At the current time.
makes it kind of hard to react to stuff. But okay.
Yes, there's a lot going on. And
Are we gonna have to like pick and choose like which one's the worst? Like, are we gonna have to sacrifice some worlds for others, or like what's?
No,
This
it's going to send you all to the most immediate threat, which is why when you all are doing these things, that it is pertinent that you do so with haste, and that you're vigilant with what you're looking for, and that
How'd you build its
hopefully,
moral compass?
Well, actually, may I
Like,
ask something?
how's it making these judgments?
yes, Maple.
How long will we be staying on these worlds?
Again, it depends on how long you need to deal with the
To
issue.
this.
And it's only while we're dealing with the incident. It's not like, oh, we've dealt with the incident. We're gonna explore it a little more.
I like
Um,
I mean,
exploring.
once you've dealt with
think-
it, like you're
There's no
able to
reason
leave
for us to be
whenever.
there. Oh, leave whenever. Okay, I didn't know if it was like an immediate teleportation back or if it was like a, hey, yeah, just let me know when you're ready to go and I'll.
That would be
get
an
you
awful
back.
design flaw. What if you left something behind in a tavern and you?
Exactly, or say a person.
Does
I'm
this thing
just
have
making
like a
sure.
user interface that's like friendly? That I'll be able to like ask it
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
also
things
not
or talk with
really
it.
sure that about this technology, but sorry, trust it, whatever.
can
I mean, really, like you said, you did your
I'm
research
a
into
little
us apparently,
confused.
so
Can we
you
go
don't
over
know what
this
you're
one
getting
more
yourself
time?
into.
He, I mean, he seems like a trustworthy individual, but I mean,
I'm gonna grab another cup of tea.
Martith, I think I got a simpler way to talk about it. We are
I thought we just went. We're just gonna
interdimensional
go.
hitmen.
We're gonna save the world.
Of
I thought
potentially
that was
children.
it.
yeah, all kinds of worlds.
It's
actually,
not. Look. Well, we're just gonna go save places and do things and get into antics.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just not
That's
here.
such a great way of putting it.
Look, if there's any issue going on here, we will be aware. We'll know, and we'll be alerted, and we'll be able to act accordingly.
But-
It's just that there are other places that do not have our level of power in terms of magic or technology. And there are plenty of people out there in other worlds who can't defend themselves against threats that they're not aware of. But a device like this that has an almost supernatural level of clairvoyance can be just the extra bit of leverage that a world may need to prevent itself from getting destroyed or otherwise heavily decimated.
Will you be able to stay in contact with us if we?
Yes, that is why those earrings were originally going to be given to you once you decided whether or not you wanted to join. They can, I wouldn't say they work cross planes or realms, but as mentioned, the device itself, whenever it's in another world, it creates almost like an aura or a field around it that is going to be what kind of keeps you all connected to our world's weave.
It's not like a
Right,
10-foot aura,
so,
right? Like,
No, it's the approximate range I would have to measure out again, but it comes out to be about 1.5 to 2 miles.
So you
Yeah, that's
can.
good. How the hell did you make something this powerful?
He kind of stops for a moment. Well, I originally had a lot of help from the council in Cyrusir. It was originally they were the ones who commissioned this to be done. Well, now he's something to be made, but I used their resources and eventually was able to make a prototype that at least allowed me to see into other realms. And using some old research from other conjuration specialists before, as well as various artifacts that was priceless, honestly. And just a lot of magic. I was eventually able to create something that could go to another realm. And then, well, from there, it was a matter of the immediate issue that showed up was that it could teleport you to a new realm, but then once you left the immediate area of the device, you would get cut off from magic, like myself or anyone else, really. For example, you, Sawyer, your magic is directly from the weave. You've had to spend time to study it, yes?
Yep.
So imagine that you go to another place where the weave is entirely different. Do you suppose that you can just use what you know here to access someone else's weave in another realm?
Unless it happens to, for some reason or another, be the exact same as ours? Nope.
Exactly. For someone like you, Flungus, you get your powers from a deity, yes?
Yep.
So wherever you are, provided that your deity is active and well, you get your powers. So what happens if you go to a realm where your deity simply doesn't exist and you have no immediate connection to them?
Is this a trick question?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
All right. I guess it wouldn't work.
Exactly. And
What if
so
the thing you get your power from is like more of like a concept? Wouldn't that like be, across the entire of this universe?
something like that might work a bit differently. I've not been able to entirely test circumstances like that. I suppose that in theory, people like paladins might be able to retain their powers wherever they go. Same with maybe sorcerers, but it's hard to say.
Mm.
Sorcerers and paladins still access our weave that we know it, so it would be safe to assume that more than likely their power may still be usable to some extent, just not fully, which would still require the item, which will act almost like an anchor for our realm, our weave, and any deities you may draw power from.
Just,
So, who gets this thing?
That would be up to you all.
I point to Shim now. I feel like it's safest with her.
Actually, probably be safer with someone in the back line because if we lose it, we're screwed.
But also, who the hell is ever going to try to steal from her? I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yes, that is a big thing that you all need to decide, assuming that you're all in. Because if you lose this item, you will be stranded.
Well, just give it to someone who doesn't lose things.
I mean,
Your wisdom is beyond our years.
I mean, you're a child. All right, like, come on.
I keep about everything I find, but
I mean, I've only really lost one thing once. I mean, two things once.
If I keep it with my worms,
still a
I'll
virgin.
never lose it.
we also have to remember we got to keep it out. So you got to keep it on your person.
Yeah, so you can keep it in a pocket or a bag, but if you put it in like a bag of holding or a portable hole, it'll be safe, but the anchor will, well, it won't be emitting its aura out to you all. Goodbye, someone. I don't know who that was.
That was Jay.
Oh, it looks like they're back online. There we go.
Hello?
Hello.
There we are.
Wow, maybe
My
just
Discord's
faded
fucking
from
up. I don't know
existence
what's
for a
happening.
second.
Oh, mine's been doing that too, where it like disconnects me for a couple seconds. I don't know why.
Is it our
It's not-
internet?
No, because I had my other game. I had someone or a couple people had that happen as well, where Discord just completely like blanked for a few seconds and booted back up. I don't know. I think it's
Oh,
one of the most recent. Yeah, honestly, I think it's one of the most recent updates. Honestly,
Yeah.
Well,
So you said if like I were to take that into a portable hole, no one would be able to get the order outside of the hole, but people in the hole would.
Anyone who's inside the space, yes, would have access to their magical abilities and whatnot. It would also mean that the ring or the earrings, for example, that will allow me to allow me to communicate with you all. If one of you, let's say, hopped in a bag of holding, and you were holding the item outside of the bag of holding, the person inside the bag of holding would not be able to communicate
Hold on.
with me
The-
or anyone else.
So like, wait a minute, because I actually got told about a story once about this, and there was like where they told us how they had a hole open and they had a bunch of potions in there, and in that area they were like able to get an aura off of a cleric of theirs that was able to, that magic reached them from outside the portal into that extra dimensional space, into that portal inside that extra dimensional space. Maybe is it just the bag of holding then? Because I feel like the same concept should apply. Like if the
For
bag of
stuff
holding
like
gets
that,
closed, then
if there is a gate or a door that connects two separate areas, then yes, in theory, the aura can transcend through that as if, the distance was right next to each other. However, have you ever looked inside a bag of holding?
Yep.
There's nothing in there, isn't it? Even if you've put an insane amount of things in there, you look inside, it's just nothing.
Yeah, I think it's more of
It's
an issue
same
with the
thing.
bag of holding specifically, or like
Well,
a
it's the same
handicap
thing
effect.
it's the same thing with any form of extra dimensional space like that, like a bag of holding, haversack, or portable hole. You look inside, there's nothing there, but when you're inside, you're in an alternate space. But even though there's an opening that leads from one space to another, an aura effect like that does not go through, and therefore, if you put the item in the bag of holding, it'll be safe, yes, but you won't have. After a moment, you'd probably retain your abilities and whatnot, and the item might work fine for a brief moment, but after a couple seconds, it would end up fading.
I'll just
And you would
I'll
have to have
quickly
the item.
cast rope trick. I think this would be fine then, still, because the hole stays open. I just point at the hole, unless I choose to have it close.
Can you move it around with you?
No, but if we're like fighting in a specific area, not saying like
Sure.
I would, wait for until they're gone for like another like mile and a half, 2 miles or so. But while we're fighting in an area, if I'm in there, I would still get the aura's effect, no?
In theory, yes.
Okay. It's only when it comes to ones
It
that
wouldn't
you
be a
can
way
see
to.
inside of.
It wouldn't be a way to travel with it, but in theory, if you were in a fight where you didn't want to risk it, I guess if you hit it somewhere close and whatnot, it would be fine. You just have to run the issue of obviously just anyone walking up and finding it.
Yes.
Wait, I got a question about your warp door then.
Huh.
Does it? No, I'm talking to
Eerie.
Eerie.
What about?
Isn't that considered an extra dimension on the inside of that?
Yes, but he's
So
making the point of like,
if you close the door,
yes, if I closed it, we would be up Shit's Creek without a battle. I wouldn't close it.
yeah. I'm just.
I can. You can when here, and I'll just like climb up it real quick.
I know
Start pulling
how
the
it
rope up.
works. I know how it works. I was just saying.
Yeah, I could be 60 feet up in the air with this thing, and then if they can start shooting arrows or whatever. But it's a bit safer from if we're all fighting like a bunch of fucking giant salamanders or something. I don't know. Just making sure that if I take
thought of
into
giant
there or
salamanders.
someone else does, that everyone else just isn't fucked. Yeah, well, we'll have to just play around with the implications of this stuff anyway earlier. But yeah, don't put it in a bag of holding. Noted.
All right, guys, hear me out. I know I've been a little silly before, but why don't we put it in my bag of worms? Who's gonna steal my bag of worms?
What if we go to a planet
Any
full of?
hungry fish?
Yeah. What if we go to a planet full of frog people?
What if you accidentally eat it?
What if we go to an underwater planet?
Maybe
More
it
than likely
depends
not
on
send
what
you to
world
another
we're
level
in,
map.
then.
I'm just saying, Fungus. I've seen you like put a fistful of dirt with worms in there that had rocks in it, and you just ate the whole thing before.
Are you judging me for using spices?
Rocks aren't
Yeah.
spices.
I
Salt
mean,
is rock.
It wasn't salt.
Salt is rock.
Gravel is close enough.
No, it's not.
I like sand personally, but
It helps me digest. What do you want from me?
Isn't that cannibalism for you?
no, it's just good for
Eat
my
a rock.
teeth.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No, I'm talking to you.
I do not care who
Just-
carries it. I can if people want, but I do not care. Seems like
Draw a
many
dog
people
with that
want to,
spike
so I
trap.
will.
Draw a dog with that
Mhm.
razor trap. Is this
You know,
hell?
wait.
Actually,
Can
no.
you interact with the item like with it being like indirect? Like, can I just speak a command word and it can hear it from behind like a closed door or something?
What, the item?
Yes. Like if I were to say, Wally, go home, and that was a command word and it just would all send us home. Or do I have to like interact like a control panel kind of thing?
So in order to go somewhere with it, you have to initiate it. Its gate sequence.
That's pretty simple then. I've operated a gate sequence before.
So, person holding it, can anyone do the gate sequence, or do you have to like be smart? Or
Have you ever tried attuning to an item?
yeah,
It's similar to that. You basically focus on the item with the idea in mind that you're wanting to return.
Is he quick?
And I mean, in what context? In like a life and death like battle scenario, or like, you know,
how
all of
long does
eternity?
it take?
It takes about a minute.
Okay, then kind of quick.
And the entire
Yeah.
time we're blinking in and out of the existence. And we
No,
hear
it's more-
we hear a funny noise.
It-
Is it like a
Slap
blue
Sawyer
box?
upside the
Or,
head.
What, the item?
yeah,
It's a small sphere. And upon activating it, it will open. And, well, it'll begin to open. And then once the sequence has been fully completed, it opens up in a large area, much like a teleportation circle. And it will effectively open a gate that will last for about 6 seconds.
I'm just going.
So
6 to 10 seconds, and allow everyone to move through.
So if Flungus ate it, would he just be torn asunder?
He like goes to answer and like just
Flungus is looking real hungry right now.
Oh.
I
no.
don't know.
Okay, we're absolutely not putting it in Flungus's worm bag. I am not running this risk.
Like, I
Worms will
mean,
help
I've
out someday.
tested it before, and I know that if you're surrounding it, it doesn't seem to collide with you. But that's part of the magic, and I don't know how close you would have to be for it to actually the force of its separating to like harm you. So like if you're inside, it might not, you know, entirely shred him to bits, but it might shred his internal organs. I don't know. You're proposing a lot of things that I never thought would be even considered.
You did mention something about chaos in this deal. I'm pretty sure this is the chaos you were talking about.
Yes.
I'm just trying to establish rules out of the chaos.
Yes, I will
think you just want
admit
to kill a bunch of babies.
I will admit that your all's curious ways of thinking is probably beneficial to keeping other worlds alive, even if it's batshit insane.
So what you're saying is that we're the heroes that all these worlds need.
Sure.
Yeah, kid.
Yes.
If you want to be a hero and save a bunch of other worlds, just go ahead and accept the deal.
I don't know. That sounds kind of cool.
It does sound cool, and also we will hopefully find your sister through it, Maple. So it's
Yeah.
up to you. Like I said, I'm just
And
joining
maybe
along
a
your
bunch
ride.
of cool items we can sell later on. Seriously, think of the possibilities. All
Can
the
we-
gold we can make.
I will
Oh
say,
no,
don't-
I already
back-
thought about the
don't
Can we
fortune
take
we
take
can
back
make from
stuff
it.
from other planes?
You should be able to, yes.
Cool.
In
Think
theory,
of all the one-time
anything-
exotic items that we could sell, Maple.
What if
Oh.
we've ruined the places we go to inadvertently by dropping off like a new disease they've never actually been in contact with since, well,
Will
they've
you
never had
stop
our
ruining the
microbiome.
fun?
I have to agree with him. Can we stop?
as long as you keep the sphere near you, stuff like that will not be an issue.
So,
Then we're fine.
depending on the duration of our mission, we can't face legal consequences for our actions.
He
That's
like
Statute of limitations.
really strong way
Yes,
of putting
sir.
it, Ott. I don't think we should answer that one.
Just a hypothetical again, right?
A hypothetical.
That's what we've all been doing here.
Look, I know
Here.
if you're having any legal troubles, I know this guy. His name's Saul, and he'll gladly take care.
Saul's
of
going to other planes.
I'm pretty sure we could drag him along if we need to.
He sounds like
But
a good
yes,
man.
in theory,
Uh,
any items, or if you somehow bring someone with you, then they should be allowed to enter in. But you have to consider that a few things. Items can't be guaranteed to work the same way that they work wherever they come from. Again, the whole magical weave aspect of things. Something like that's not yet been tested, so it's kind of up in the air. Alternatively, if someone were to come with you, for whatever reason, if they were someone like a magic user or some form of a caster, there's a good chance that them crossing over into our realm would cut them off from magic as a whole.
What if they? Well, I guess no, because it's just anchoring back to here. We have to like make an anchor to theirs. I guess.
Yes, they would require an anchor, and I have no way of making an anchor unless we were to spend extended period of time in their world. The whole reason that the item works the way it does is because I've been able to use material from here as well as magic items from here that effectively act as an anchoring point for the weave and your all's magic around it. Now, I will specify that assuming that you all are go through with this, some time before you all go for the first time, I will require, and this is going to sound bad,
No, we've gotten to this stage.
but
you're gonna
we're
require
going.
us to die or something like that, aren't you?
What?
I don't know.
No,
you
I
do
was
it-
going to
Sawyer
say
Do it
first,
once, you
Sawyer
do it
first,
twice, you do
Sawyer
it a million
first.
times.
no. We would need a little bit of blood from
Blood.
each of you. Yes, to effectively link you with the item.
I haven't heard of blood magic being used in any alchemical, or not alchemical, artificer technology for a long while, but okay. If you want to use the old ancient method.
It's more just to link you to the item. Otherwise, you would have to have someone permanently attuned to the item, and I doubt that you would want to keep someone permanently attuned to it who is then the only person who can actually use the item at any given moment.
That's a good point.
You're muted.
I do not care. Do we give blood now? And she'll like stand up and pull out her
No.
fucking axe and hold it
Oh
to
my
her
No,
hand.
God.
Like,
no.
Whoa!
He like puts the hand on. No, not now. Well, I
special
don't even
brand
have
of
the item.
crazy.
I do not have the item. It'll all be for Vane.
Then why are we talking so long? What is?
He,
Mm.
we still.
Are we doing this or not?
All of us have to say if we accept or not. So thus far, only 2 of us have accepted.
I mean, I've accepted.
I mean, all
Three
of
of
I've been
us.
us.
out for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, sure. I got nothing
I
else
just
to do at the
accepted
moment.
with my stipulations,
I
and I feel like more people should.
I assume the dig that was promised to me here is fake, since I'm here now doing this. But
Yes, there was a little deception in some circumstances to get you all here in the first place. For that, I apologize.
But think of all the
look a little
artifacts you can
perplexed.
find on other worlds.
yeah, I'm sold.
Be digging
Well.
up T-Rex bones. on
So,
other
is there
worlds.
like everyone here is going to be going with us every time? Is there like an age minimum that has to like,
Just
does a legal
slowly
guardian
trying to
have to
make
sign for like if
Slowly.
someone's
Are
too
you
young?
asking this
Oh, yeah.
specifically for me?
Huh? What? Oh no, definitely not.
Uh-huh.
I'm at least 100. So I think I'm fine, technically.
Listen,
No, so
if you need a legal guardian, just fucking count Sawyer.
at the
Your dad?
moment,
Are there?
My real dad ain't here right now.
at
Hey,
the moment,
adoptive is real.
Oh my god.
at the moment, it will be you all. Unfortunately, I would go with you if I could, but I'm not capable anymore.
Got a bum
Uh,
knee. Been there.
No. Whenever you asked how I created this item,
You lost your connection to the weave, didn't you? Or you're using it for the item.
I had to use most of it.
Yeah.
And now I'm only really capable of exceedingly low level magics. I used to be capable of just about any spell that you could think of. But
What about Dealin's slightly was it
Have
what
you
the
heard
fuck's
of
that name?
Neelan's convenient door?
Yes.
it was a relatively new one by the time I finished the process of making the item. But yes,
What about greater washcloth?
no. I've never heard of that one. Anyways, but yes, so I'll be able to communicate with you all. So if you had any questions or if you needed something to like be looked into or otherwise while you were there, I can do that. Whereas my compatriots, he kind of motions over to where like the rest of them walked off. They'll be here with me. They have other things that they have to be doing to help, keep this whole operation afloat. But yes, any other question?
Do you have like a base of operations? Or they're
Yes.
just here?
No, it's not here. It is, we have a tavern specifically that I technically own and that they work at to keep running. That way we can get income.
I'll just say Modron, including the Modron.
Yes?
Is there like a stipend or
Sam.
huh?
I don't. Sam.
Make it just breaks character.
He's had his fucking limit.
No, a what?
A stipend.
A stipend.
Like we get paid.
Oh,
Like we get, it's like a cost of living expense.
Yeah,
like when,
yeah, like
the company sends you
meals
out of town to
and
work,
like
and they like give you the company credit card to pay for your food and whatever, you know, that kind of thing.
yes. Stuff like
Like,
that
that's for
will be
work.
provided for. You will have your own rooms. You'll have your own rooms that'll be specifically set up for you all. You'll have free access to any food, drink, and otherwise that
No,
we have.
I
at
mean,
the
Do you have a
tavern.
library card?
One at a time.
I just asked about a library card.
There's a library in the town near us.
All right, good, good.
I was asking if this applies while we're like on the job away. AKA, are we
Like-
getting paid? But
Yes, I will provide you all income. I can't say that it'll be an insane or exorbitant amount, but I will.
Man, I can't.
I will provide you all plenty of money at
Will that money
the
work on
moment.
different worlds?
I can't wait.
Well,
I can't wait for us to go to a planet that works purely in Electrum, and they pay us purely in Electrum, and we're just rich in it by the time we get back.
so yes, that will be a bit of a conundrum. Is that there's a solid chance that our currency would not work in other places.
What if we go there and like gold is the rarest thing on that planet, and we just ruin everything? Absolutely, just Mansa Musa that motherfucker.
I guess we become the threat then at that point.
I
We have to
doubt
kill
that
ourselves?
Oh my goodness!
Pretty sure we could just leave.
But
I just
you will be
I start staring
provided.
at Sawyer.
You will be provided money. You will be provided money to use while here when you return. Money that is used in wherever you go. Gold may or may not be used. I do not know. But it is fair to always go off of the idea that while you're anywhere but here, to not just assume everything.
You know what they say about assuming.
Yes.
You and I become asses.
I'm gonna get
True.
paid.
Ass rain from the sky.
I didn't
But
hear
yeah,
about that one.
Here's good news,
Unfortunate.
guys. I'll be honest with you. I spent all my money trying to trying to explore what was going on with those kobolds. I'm broke.
Yeah, he's just dead broke.
I don't have a penny to my name.
I see your coin purse on your hip, but it's just flat.
It actually is. I am actually sitting at 0 of everything.
well now.
How'd you
I'm
manage that?
actually broke.
Didn't I say you get like a paycheck on the road? What do you spend it on?
I'll spend it on food I gotta eat.
How?
Oh.
What are you eating?
Oh,
The barmaid at the last tavern.
He's got fucking needs, man.
He wouldn't get it.
I
To be more
I
resourceful,
don't
like
see
Flungus.
how that is
Oh,
a
he's
relevant
really
question.
cheap. I mulled Earth again.
I do still have a couple of rations in my bag.
Well,
Yeah,
wait
like-
a minute. Hold on. I feel like we're overlooking a pretty major thing. Sawyer, you said that you can just conjure anything, right?
Oh yeah.
I can
Like in
conjure.
theory, could you conjure a bag of like currency if you saw like what a place uses?
I could conjure a bag. I could
Full
conjure
of that currency.
a piece of currency.
I feel like you could easily you just gotta make the bag make sound.
I'm
How long?
pretty
I'll be
sure.
thinking, like,
I mean, you could
If
hit 'em
if
with an
I
honest to
understand the
God,
spell
like-
correct, if I understand the spell correctly, I only get one item. So I only get to conjure
if
like
the
one
item
item.
is instead of being a bag or a gun, it's bag of guns. Then it's still an item.
Look, it could be it could be called a bag of guns, but all I would get is the bag and not the guns.
Well,
Yeah, no
A
wonder
hell
you've
of a
only been
gun.
doing this for like 4 years.
I
You
mean-
wouldn't get it.
you could always hit him with the I'll trade you for everything that's in me coin purse. And there's nothing in your coin purse; it's just empty. Then the
Look.
coin purse just disappears, and we got to skip town for a while.
How many times have
Again.
you done that,
no legal repercussions. Remember?
Depends. I mean, back home, my dad used to get away with not paying for things. So I'm not so sure how he did it, but you know, I figured that was just how that worked.
Right. Well, I feel like maybe give Sawyer another 40 years and you'll figure out how to make a bag full of fake currency. But in the meantime, I guess we'll have to just figure it out.
Let me.
Right.
And I can spot you gold if need. I don't spend a whole lot.
I'll get more.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna get paid here
That's
soon.
fine.
But
Yeah, I don't know why it's not included in the text, but it does specifically say at the end of the text, the object disappears after an hour when I use the feature again, if it takes any damage or if it deals any damage.
so it can deal damage.
Once.
Can you conjure a poisoned arrow?
Technically, that's two things, because it'd be the poison and the arrow. If you have
Well,
to have
technically it's
Holy
multiple
fuck.
because it's made from feathers, wood, and like a broadhead. But
Also, all the molecules that make up that specific item, like
I don't know. Let me ask the good old God in the sky above real fast. Hey,
No, you could not make a poison arrow.
okay,
Not
thank you. That's
magical.
what I figured.
Can you make a normal arrow?
Could make a normal arrow.
Okay.
this is bullshit.
Can you make an irradiated arrow?
I don't think Sawyer would know what that would be, seeing as how the planet doesn't have nuclear power, but
Hey Sam, make a con save.
It's like, oh, what happened to him? Oh, nothing. Oh, wow, that's shitty. And then, like, cut to like 30 years in the future, he's just lying on his deathbed, dying of leukemia.
Literally.
Sawyer, can you make me a spoon real quick?
yeah. I'll conjure him up a spoon.
The painting just disappears.
Yeah, the painting that's been sitting there that we didn't talk about anymore.
Oh, thanks.
You're
I'm just-
welcome.
I'm just holding the spoon.
I have a
It's
spoon.
hold it.
It lasts about an hour, unless I need to cast to make something again.
I'm gonna like stir the tea that's probably like starting to settle at the bottom.
And I will say, as whenever he creates an item, the item is like radiating ever so slightly. Like,
Yeah,
with
it has
light.
a 5-foot glow to it. So
Yeah.
So is this
It is very-
safe? Will I die if I use this spoon?
it's just pure magic. So be fun.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna stir my like separated tea. All right. Hey.
You're welcome.
Conjure like poison itself.
I guess technically, yeah. I don't know how much
Like
I
a
can do.
Vial of poison? Is that
No, the
too much?
vials two things. Just
Yeah,
the
oh my
poison.
god, dude, you need like another fucking 10 years, dude.
You're a fucking
Could
lawyer
you make
for
a
this
hot
ability.
dog? Because it's technically a filling in a casing.
I haven't tried food because it is just magic.
I want to eat it.
I could try to conjure something up that is
I'd try
magical
it.
food.
Do it.
I mean, it takes.
Conjure
Is
a
biting into
cigarette.
it dealing damage to it?
Yes.
I won't bite.
What if the hot dog consents to the damage? Is it then still damaged?
Can I get
Look,
a
look,
masochistic
Here,
hot dog?
Conjure me something. I want to do
I'm gonna conjure up like one of those mini hot dogs. I forget what they're called, like Frankenfurter or whatever.
I'm like
Frankenfurter.
Like the little weenies, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like in the middle of stirring, and then it just my spoon just disappears. I'm like, oh man!
And I'm gonna go over to fucking Ott. I go, here. You could eat this, just don't bite it.
I feel like I'm in a fever
Eat
dream.
it- Wait. So when it gets the acid in the stomach, that's when it'll take damage, and then they won't.
Disappear, yes.
I'm gonna
But
like,
he wants to
swallow it
try
whole.
it, so you know what? Here you go. You could
Well, you're
try
not
to
gonna get any
eat
nutrition.
magic.
How does it taste?
Oh, it's gonna.
I don't
It's
know.
gonna gulp that whole thing down in one go. I've got to
wanna-
see this.
Oh, someone here know the Heimlich.
I can
What?
slap back.
I think that works just as well.
Is the Heimlich in like giant culture the same as the typical like humanoid Eladrin culture? Like you don't like break their bones doing it,
I'm
right?
sure it's close enough. It's
I
fine.
don't know what Heimlich means. I just assume it is choke on food because he's about to swallow a whole sausage. So I
Yeah.
slap.
It's not my
It-
first time. I will take
You should
a.
really chew. Why do you not chew your food?
Is he-
I mean, she's got a point. Why don't
Like
Do you
you?
bleed
practicing.
baby too?
Vic's practicing for the glizzy.
For real.
Jesus Christ.
All right, swallow that glizzy. Give us the review.
How's it go, Andy?
I'm gonna die.
Magic glizzy.
What are you doing?
Eating
Andy,
a
we-
magic hot dog.
Andy,
Okay.
when
Because
you
this
made
is
this
Oh,
campaign, did
no
you think
bites.
we'd be talking about magic hot dogs, or did you think we'd
So
be
you're
normal?
just trying to swallow the whole thing whole.
It's
It's
I
a
made it
mini
a
one.
tiny. I
Oh,
made like a
gotcha,
tiny
okay.
like you could throw it in your mouth and swallow it kind of thing. He wants to try
Uh-huh.
it, so I'm doing it.
Okay. Yeah, you take it. It's like glowing a little bit, and you kind of pop it in, and then just swallow as best you could or can. And then after a moment, like it goes down a little bit. Like you can feel it, obviously, because it's like whole, and then hits your stomach.
How did it taste?
It tastes fine.
Tastes like
It was a bit plain.
could use some more rocks on it, but not bad. I think it's gone now.
No.
I would assume so. Also, I'm gonna conjure back up
Little
a
bland.
spoon for fucking
Mardith.
Mardith.
Oh yeah, there's a
I
quote.
don't need it anymore. You're good.
All right then. I'll just conjure back up the painting then that we fucking had sitting there and just never talked about.
Oh man.
I'll cast Mage Hand and just stick the Mage Hand's into his tea and stir it for him.
Okay.
I got you, Mardith.
All right.
Anyways, I think the only holdouts still left are me and Maple. So Maple,
Yeah.
I would suggest we join this man and his quest along with all these other fine fellows, except for one. Stare at Ott.
I'll stare at
And-
Eerie.
What I'm just I'm just looking out for all of us by asking these questions.
But it is your choice at the end of the day. I'm gonna follow you whatever lead you want.
Wow, you're sweet. I mean, probably better than nothing, right?
It is a lot better than nothing.
Yeah. Better than nothing.
All right.
Sign me up.
We accept your offer then. But I do require a workshop at your bar.
Well, you'll find that there's a lot more into the tavern than just simply a bar and table area. Oh my goodness. I love the little
that
the little
fucking
gnome
gif.
wizard. Yeah. Well, there's been multiple parts to it. Have you not seen them all?
Oh my
What are you
god.
guys talking about?
The
There's so
gnome
many.
wizard.
Yeah, the little guy who runs
series.
around.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
there-
I didn't see it in Genie.
yeah, there's
Or
been a lot of them.
Genie. What
There's
the
been a
fuck?
lot of them with like this guy running around like a mall. I'm pretty sure it's the same mall, but he goes like into different stores.
Goes behind the counter.
Yeah,
Gets
he goes behind
chased
the guy and
away.
gets kicked out. There was one where they pick him up and take him into like a Burger King to work.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I know,
Like-
Mabel does have a question though.
Yes.
We just
Never mind,
posted
I
the
forgot
exact
it.
same one.
I
I know, out
literally
of all the
forgot it.
ones.
Literally fucking forgot it. Never mind.
But yes, if that's everyone,
Is there
If
like a
there's,
contract we have to sign or something? Get this in writing.
I mean, I can get it in
For
writing if
liability
you so
reasons?
desire.
I'm just like a bit paranoid about like potentially life-threatening things nowadays. So yeah, I just want to make sure it's all there.
I mean, I can write something up here over the next day or so, but for now, it is rather late. So
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
we have plenty of tents here. Unfortunately, we can't go back. We'll have to wait till tomorrow before Revine can set up a teleportation circle back to the tavern.
I guess we're resting here then.
Fine by me.
Camping in the woods.
Start like doffing my armor.
I'm gonna conjure up a small tent.
A very small tent.
Yeah.
In like 5 minutes, I'm gonna just like from the side take like a little pebble and just chuck it at the side of the tent.
Dang now, you freaking son of a bitch!
You you like get out from underneath your tent and just look over at Odd as he just.
No, I don't have a tent to get out under. I'm just laying there. I'm just laying there in my boxers, getting ready to go to sleep.
You see Odd just like all of his stuff is like next to the fire pit, and he like kind of turns to sand.
Oh.
What the hell?
As
I'm just gonna cast a little unseen servant that kind of looks like a small Modron, like the one that ran off earlier. I'm just gonna make it fucking make my tent for me and set up on a nice little campsite.
I'm going to assume that there are people keeping watch.
that's a brave assumption.
Well, I'm
people
pretty
keeping
sure.
watch?
I'm pretty sure me and you, Marta, need our beauty sleep because, man, am I in pain.
Yeah. I also need my tablet and things mended because I don't have a.
Oh,
I don't have like a spool of thread or anything to stitch this stuff back up.
yeah, just a hand over here. I'll fix it.
All right, I'm gonna start like doffing my armor. Just all right, give me a couple minutes.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Just a little bit.
While the unseen servant's making my camp, I'll just go and try to look around for like any particular spot that would be nice to camp at, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like the whole area here is like pretty open, and there's a lot of like room and space for you all to
Right.
kind of be sitting at.
Is V still around?
Yeah, he's still at the main like campground area.
Okay. Shimna walk up to him and like kind of bend down a little bit and be like, "Is this area secure or?"
Yeah. Ravine over there, she set up a like kind of an alarm spell around the area. So should anyone come snooping through, we'll hear them.
All right. Sleep then. Good night. She'll like walk off, just conk out by the fire.
Good night.
I'm gonna.
Wait, where did Ott go?
Oh.
He just gone.
You can see Odd stuff, and there's like a small like backpack and some other stuff that he took off, and this very like ornate hooded lantern sitting there, kind of glowing away.
There's no way that guy would have left valuable things behind. This
Pretty
is
sure.
a trap. This is bait.
I'm pretty sure I know where he went as I walk over and I kick the fucking
the lantern or the lamp or whatever you said you were in.
Yeah, it's a little like hooded lantern.
I kicked the lantern. I'm pretty sure I know where he went.
And you started another
That's
forest
not
fire,
very
Andrew.
nice.
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what I'm doing right now. Don't you, Art?
How many
It's a
insane
lamp.
people did you hire?
Why are you
Just
yelling at the lamp?
Sawyer, you're coming off a little
I'm gonna
crazy.
pick up the lamp. Hey, these people don't know that you're in this lamp. Could you come out for a minute?
Sawyer.
Hey.
I'm gonna be real, Pip. I think
Come
we
on,
need to cut
Gramps,
our
get
losses.
to
I don't think
bed.
this guy's savable.
Art, I swear to God, I will destroy your lamp if you do not get out of it.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Just gonna start shaking the lamp.
Oh,
I thought you were fix-it wizard. Why are you now break it?
Okay, once my armor's doffed and I'm in my like commoner clothes, I'm gonna like go and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna Soy, mom is right here. I'm gonna get my little bedroll and I'm gonna hit the sack.
All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, I see it.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, don't you worry. I'll get it nice and fixed. I'm gonna put the lamp down. I'm gonna grab his tablet. I'm gonna fluff it right over top the lamp, and start fixing the tabard. Using my
Okay.
using my tinker's tools and summoning a whatchamacallit? Like a sewing needle with my conjuration magic.
All right. What
I'm just
about
gonna go to sleep whenever my unseen servant finishes getting
Hey,
my
good night,
shit fixed.
bitches. I'm honk shoe me in the corner.
Maple, I'm gonna need you to stay up.
What?
I'm out of
Why?
magic. I can't defend the group.
Shim is laying there still
Fine.
awake and we'll just turn to him and be like, they say there is an alarm. Why are you worried?
Yeah, I've been on the road a lot.
It's better to ease his worries. Else he won't sleep. Come on, go
You
ahead.
should as well, friend.
He'll be fine.
I'll sleep as soon as I'm done.
All right, good night. And she'll like lay out on the dirt and just start snoring. It's very rumbly.
Do you want like a bed? Yeah.
She is snoring. You're a
I
little
think
late.
yeah, she's gone. I think she's good, you know? I
Well.
wish I could fall asleep that fast. And on the ground, no less.
That's like all over rocks and shit too. Anyway,
Yeah, I know,
alright.
right? Like I could find a tree branch comfortable, but like the ground with some rocks? Yeah.
I've done it a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
With your back?
I'm just saying, no one's gonna steal from her. I would never in a million years think about trying to rob that bitch. So if anyone's the candidate to keep the thing, that's my vote. But
I think we can discuss that in the morning and when we get the item.
Yeah, come on, there's worlds to see apparently. Worlds, plural.
The only thing I'd like to see right now is the dream world. I'm gonna fix this up for him. Should I make a roll
Alright.
or anything to see how good I do?
Sure.
Can I click on an item to... I can't?
Well,
Yeah, I did average. I rolled a 3, but I did average.
Do you not have like the bending spell?
I don't.
I feel
I
like I do.
might, because I do have
I
the
do
mending
not.
spell, because I am an artificer.
I do
can't use
not.
that.
I was thinking of Mage Hand for some reason.
So I can just mend whatever is wrong with it and make it go back to how it was before. To be honest, I kind of forgot that spell was a thing because I've used it so fucking rarely in any of the campaigns I've been in.
Yeah, it's such a it's like about as rare as using like knock or something.
What, you have a war flashback or something?
Yeah.
I just hear
pretty much.
I just like to imagine I hear a fucking shout in your fucking from the fucking lamp.
Oh.
I knew you were in there. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything of note?
I will actually quickly look around and see if the fucking Modron's anywhere, like in the nearby area, or if he's just gone.
Sure. Give me a perception check if you will. Me. 15. Yeah. After after conversation has kind of ended and seemingly V is like kind of stepping away with the intention of like kind of going to bed or sleeping and whatnot. You kind of look around, and after about like 10 minutes or so, you would actually see the Modron now like kind of slowly making his way back into the tent.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
He kind of looks around, kind of spots you.
I'm not here to hurt. Not here to hurt.
Okay.
Just really curious as to why you ran off so suddenly earlier. What do you mean they're after you? Another one's after you?
The one eye like kind of blinks for a moment before he says, "The other Modron."
You're hunted by other Modron?
Why wouldn't I be? I defected, or am defective.
And you thought I was a Modron coming after you because I can speak and all this like
An agent.
Modron.
An agent of order, an agent coming to retrieve me.
Not even close. I was literally deceived to come here, somewhat. Not really, I guess, deceived, but guided here. I didn't even know you existed here. I'm not after you. I don't know how you're able to defect, though.
It's a bit of a long story. Well, not really.
Oh,
He's just
I
kind of
have
staring at you.
I can say that I'm at least keenly interested as someone who knows your language and knows of your people at least somewhat.
Does it
How
have
that could even come to pass.
I'm gonna since I'm still sitting outside and I'm assuming I can hear this.
Depends on how far away we are. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
He was coming back into the camp, which like the alarm spell can only go like so far, so it would relatively be like kind of close to where everyone else is.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume it has something to do with one of the people in the heroes party sending their town into the fuck, what's the name of that realm or that plane? The Modron plane. I don't remember the name of it. Sorry to say the actual name, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
You're talking about
Mechanus?
Mechanus.
Mechanus.
Kind of.
Yep. I read about it in their book. That that chapter was funny.
I will wince. How is it related?
What, me?
Yeah, how are you related to that? How is that part of your defect?
Well, I was once just a normal working Modron, working my way up the ladder, trying to, become a duodrone and then a tridrone and so on and so forth. And then suddenly, boom, Fae City came in. It remained there for quite some time, several months. But we were getting ready for the Great Modron March, and so I was doing my tasks, working my way up in the ranks, and was I so close to getting promoted. But then I guess I wasn't informed, and I guess they were sending the city back, in regard to the Great Modron March. I guess they didn't want it to get destroyed, and I was in the middle of trying to build and finish up the little markers to let all the other mono drones go. Let them know where they needed to go, where they needed to walk.
Is this the drone that
Uh,
fell off the tower?
And then, as I was in the middle of working, I guess they opened the rift to send the city back, and I was caught in the middle of it. Well, I wasn't caught in the middle of it. More, I was inside the city when it got sent back. You see, I got trapped in like a basement. One of my tools fell down, and I went to go get it, and then I guess someone closed the basement door, and I couldn't get out. And then, I was yelling, but no one ever opened it up. And then when the city got sent back, I was in there for a bit until they opened it up. And then I kind of panicked a bit. I was away from everyone else, everyone I knew all my life. And then after some time, I guess the conditioning for only order faded. And I became my own being. So, in a way, it wasn't that bad. I awoken, I guess. I realized that there was more than just serving the greater hierarchy and getting promoted into a higher level being.
I feel like if you went back, they wouldn't really care. They would just reassimilate you, which I guess is like this whole now you understand the concept of death.
Yes, I had a bit of an existential crisis. You start out as a monodrone that you have things that you do, and you can only ever do one thing at a time. Which, by the way, as he's been speaking, his entire body hasn't been really moving too much. He's just kind of staring up at you. And most monodrone, we can only ever do one task at a time. So we can only talk, and we can't listen. But I've learned, I've developed, and now that I've learned all these things, I can do more than one thing at a time. I can do my own thing. I'm not bound to order and only doing whatever someone else tells me to do. I can do what I want. And I kind of like living. It's kind of all right.
See, that's oddly inspiring. Have you chosen a name for yourself now?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know how the method of naming goes for most of you. I mean, I've been told that a lot of times a lot of people are kind of named after people that came before them and whatnot. But whenever I came here, I just kind of had my designation code. And that was about it.
What's your code?
8008.
What?
80085.
No. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere.
420.
So my designation code was H4R9. But they just called me Harp because I guess it kind of looked like Harp. They said something about the 4 looks like an A and the 9 looks like a P if like you reverse it. I don't see it personally, but the name stuck, I guess. And
Yeah, you
plus,
will
you
over
don't get to
time.
choose your name usually, so it's only fitting that it was given to me.
Well, Harp, I'm not going to try to send you back to Mechanus.
Oh boy, I'm glad. I have a self-destruct sequence like ready to go for this, this type of thing.
That's good
Better
to
to be
know.
dead than to serve the hive mind. Am I right?
Yeah,
Give me liberty or give me death is what I say.
you have certainly embraced the rebelliousness
I'm
of
mostly
life.
joking about the self-destruct sequence.
Mostly.
The mostly part?
I am kind of a walking what's a thought bomb really for the for the other mono drone.
Oh, so you'd like infect them.
Yeah, it's like a cognito hazard and all. They don't want to know about me, and but the other ones, like the other drones, the higher ranking ones, they can if they wipe my mind, the game's over then.
But if you infect all the monodromes,
Well, I
then
wouldn't
there's
infect
no.
all of them.
Oh, just the immediate ones around
Yeah,
you.
just the immediate ones around me.
What if they spread like a virus to other ones? Then at that point, though,
I
and
don't
then
know,
other ones
honestly.
past that.
I just don't
You-
want to go back.
You know,
I mean, we're not gonna send you back.
we're gonna be
Oh
great
boy,
friends, Harp.
am I glad.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not an agent for Primus or anything or Mechanus. There's no. I'm not sending you to. Yep.
Oh no!
Do you like that one?
Yeah, they're fucking. I don't know where the hell you found that, but that's pretty fucking good.
That's awesome.
No, we're not sending you back to Mechanus, not back to Primus. You're safe here. It's a safe place.
Whew.
I kind of don't like that place anyway. And nothing but sand and cogwheels and clocks and
Sand.
I imagine I just hear that from the fucking lantern. Yes,
No,
you
I
said
hate
sand.
It's rough.
It's rough and
and
forest.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
You better believe it.
But
Will you
at least
stop?
it's a step. Huh? Okay. Alright. Yeah, I'll grab him in 5 minutes.
I ask you to come out of your freaking hole. You don't do anything, but as soon as someone mentions sand, oh, that's when you'll start speaking from your little freaking lane.
Are you
Yeah.
okay, Sawyer?
I hope it's comfy in there.
You're talking to a lamp. Are you okay?
But now we've established this,
Freaking
Uh,
genies.
we can safely say that we won't be running away from each other in fear, right? Like I can just speak the language. I mean, V can speak the language, right? You don't run away from him. It's all good. I was like moody, like shake his hand. He has. I'm assuming he has a hand. I think
Yeah.
the Modrons have hands.
Yeah, they have hands.
What's a Modron?
They're like they're the little round boys.
Maple, it's
Literally
who.
just.
Maple, it's
I'm sorry, I said that out of
talk to?
character, but I literally just looked up Modron on Google and it leading me to migraine medicine. I forgot to add D&D at the end.
Well, he's specifically a mono drone. Modron are
Yeah.
like the overarching
Oh.
The race.
type of they're like their own race, but mono
Little
drone are
Mike
the
Wazowski looking fucking thing.
yeah. That's what Gonzo said, Roy.
Oh,
Are we gonna have,
okay. I'm connecting the dots now.
Are we gonna have like the same like tab of like, because we have actors with players. Are we gonna have the same thing with like Roll20 where we can see like NPC?
Yeah, I have a sheet or I have a thing open for him. I just have to because I tried to do it last week, but it wouldn't do it properly. So I don't know if it's because I made them as like their own character sheet or if I have to make them as a handout. But yeah, I'll try it. I know there's a way to do it, but I think I might just have to make it as a sheet and then like mess with the permissions for it.
Okay. Alright. And I'll move to shake his hand. Like, I'm not after you, I promise. I
Oh
have
boy, is
no
that good to
desire go
know.
back there.
I've learned some self-defense techniques for this very thing.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think they're gonna be coming after you, really, though. Like, I don't think they have like a. I mean, I guess they have an incentive if they learn that you can basically like wipe them out. But I think at that point it would just be reset by Primus.
Yeah, I'd prefer not to do that.
I'll shake his hand and just be like, "Well, you have a good night."
You too.
Learn something new every day. And we'll go to bed proper.
All right.
Is there any like really tall tree nearby?
And if there's a handful, yeah.
I was just about to ask if we were on our way to bed soon.
Yeah, you take first watch and then wake me up after, okay?
All right. Sleep well.
But before I go to sleep, I'm gonna take this lamp,
Ugh.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at the tallest tree nearby.
Okay.
I'll take
Don't
my
do
mage.
something stupid, please.
I'll take my mage hand and just nice and gently put the lamp on the tallest branch it can reach.
Okay.
I don't mean to scream. I'm sorry.
Before I put it up there, I'm just gonna say, "Good night, Art. I'll see you tomorrow."
All right.
Yep, that's what I do.
Does anyone else do anything of note?
I guess I'm taking first watch, but no, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. As the night goes on, as it was already starting to get pretty late, as it was starting to dip into the next morning now, as you all kind of go to one of the various tents that they have set up, or you make or find your own, and then end up kind of dozing off to sleep and getting a long rest in, so all of you can go ahead and mark a long rest. There should just be a button on your sheet to do a long rest, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yep. I know there's a way that I think I can.
it.
I'll have to look
Do
into
you know
it.
where
I
it's
think.
at?
Yeah, if
so
you look
I-
under
I-
your
Oh, that's
character
fine.
sheet, there's
Go
like a
Yeah.
there's like a bed button. If you hover
I see it.
over it, it's the
Yeah.
hourglass that's
Oh.
full at the bottom.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool.
There's a way that I'll have to look into it because it might be a base thing. It might be a mod. I'd have to look. But there's a way I know that I can like hit a button and it will basically prompt all of you to do a long rest. Instead of you all having to go like click it itself, but that's mostly just to like manage it further. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's a mod that I would have to set up, but overall, you get the idea. But yeah, and then if you
We've
hit that,
leveled
it'll
to
do everything.
6.
Huh?
I said, and now we've leveled to 6. Yeehaw.
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, first.
Yeah. As you all fall to sleep, you can get a long rest in. As the next morning, you all wake up one by one, kind of coming out as
So,
What?
I can only stay in my bottle for 6 hours. So the last 2 hours of my long rest of like light activity are done in the morning.
Sure. Which how does that go?
It really depends on the tree and where Sawyer has decided to put me.
Oh my god.
Because when exiting the vessel, you appear in an unoccupied space closest to it.
Okay.
Doesn't say floor.
I didn't say more.
I'll say roll me a.
Could be a branch, could not.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so he put you up like 60 feet or so, I would imagine.
I think that Mage Hand can only go 30 at most.
Oh, so 30 feet?
That would depend if the branch is 30 feet up. I just said the furthest branch it could reach.
Yeah, I mean, the trees here are rather tall, so yeah, you'd probably be able to get one up like 30 feet. So let me see. 5, 10. Okay, roll me a d6.
D6.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, as you
Also,
Like-
after the depending on where it pops out at, I don't know if I have any control over it. I can see outside of the vessel.
Okay.
I can post it in chat again. but
Sure.
Here.
You can hear the air around your vessel as if you were inside the space.
Okay.
It just says you can hear, not
Yeah.
see.
Does that say see? So just hear
No,
them?
it's just here. But
I
I mean,
read it
it's
wrong.
fine because as like the time is done, you're familiar with how long it'll stay, so you're like kind of ready for it. And then like as it kind of kicks you out, you would find that suddenly you're not at the camp. You're actually in what appears to be a tree and quite a ways up. As you would notice that, yeah, you're about like 30, 40 feet up. However, it seems to have kicked you out like right above a rather large tree branch. So roll me either an acrobatics check or an athletics check as you begin to fall and you look down and notice that there's a tree branch right there.
We'll go with it's
Okay, yeah. As you see it, as you're not able to really react as quickly, so you begin to fall, but you would immediately like just kind of hold your arm out and kind of put it almost like kind of wrap it around and kind of hold yourself up as you like are now hanging from the branch, and it's big enough that you're kind of able to like pull yourself up and kind of like at least sit on it partially, as like it's a pretty thick branch, and you would look down as you see like a smaller branch. It's like about a foot down, kind of hanging off of it. Your lantern is hanging from it, and it actually shakes a little bit as like you grab onto this bigger branch and are now holding up.
Out of curiosity, how far away would Sawyer's tent have been set up?
Sawyer, after knowing what he did, would have set up his tent on the opposite side of the camp, away from the tree.
Fair enough. I'll conjure an echo and send it to the ground, and then swap places with it, and use a mage hand to grab my lantern.
Okay.
And then I would like to go and find Sawyer's tent to see if he's still sleeping.
Yeah, you kind of walk over and Sawyer's still sleeping.
Yeah, because I took as long as Maple woke me up for
earlier, but
no, if Maple woke me up for second shift, then I would.
Oh, Maple would have woken you up.
Yeah, Maple woke me up for second shift, so I would still be asleep because I need to sleep for another 2 hours at this. If he gets popped out at 6.
Yeah, I will get pop out at 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, you walk over to a much smaller tent relative to all the others. You would see that the mono drone is kind of sat at the fireplace. It's kind of sat there with a little book reading. While at the moment, you also would see that Jadoran is like seemingly up as well, just kind of walking around and whatnot as he kind of notices you. Seemingly walk over as he says, "You're up early."
I'd like
He kind
to
of
like
looks around.
set my like my lantern and like my stuff down, and just like not like address the guy that was talking to me. And I want to go and just run and like belly flop on top of Sawyer's tent.
How much do you weigh?
A lot.
Well, actually, go on.
I put like 330 because rock, but
Sure.
the height and weight are all just arbitrary in my mind because it's like fictional race. I don't know.
Yeah. Good point.
Sure. Roll me 3d6.
Oh,
God.
Oops.
God dang! That's a
As
lot. That's a
wow.
lot of damage.
Yeah.
As you just kind of look around, you see the little bitty like 3x3 tent
Oh,
sat there.
oh no,
You
we
can
haven't.
hear.
I wouldn't have gotten my full long rest.
You
I'd
can
be at
kind
10
of hear
health.
a wee little bit.
Wait, are you at 10
snoring.
health total?
Yeah, I'm still at 10 health because I wouldn't heal to the end of the long rest.
Oh my God.
As you run, and then like
That is
Jadorn's
pretty
just
funny.
like Jadorn's kind of sat there as he's like pouring what appears to be like some homemade coffee, and he kind of like has it in his mug and is like kind of letting it cool down as he like kind of glances up and just watches as you quite literally run and then just jump and just straight belly flop onto the tent, kind of landing on it and rolling over as you kind of roll over, land, or at least like after hitting the ground, you kind of roll off to the side a bit and kind of glance back. Oh yeah, no, the tent's gone, and all you would see is, oddly enough, he's not moving. You would just see Sawyer just laying there, crumpled up.
Oh shit, where's the frog? Oh fuck.
That gets pretty accurate. As the dust settles, you just glance over, you just see Sawyer laying there, not moving.
Oh shit. I'm gonna go and just just grab Flungus, who's probably still asleep.
You like run over to the next smallest tent and like kind of open it up.
Just grab him by the back.
Yeah.
Just like the back of the shirt or whatever.
Flungus, you're kind of sat there, and like you're dead asleep, and then you suddenly feel like a large something grab you through your shirt and just pull you out of the tent and kind of jolt you awake.
Ah! You're coming with me.
What's
I'm
going
gonna,
on?
Sawyer, make a test save, whispered.
Okay.
My God. This is insane.
Just change the little thing above the chat
I
to
did,
private
I
GM
did.
role. Okay.
Where are deaths?
Death saves are the little like skull looking thing. Let me find them.
I don't see it on my sheet, but that may be just because I'm on. Oh, maybe I have to put myself to 0.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you put yourself to 0, you'll see like a little skull on your icon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just like carrying Flungus because I'm like barely awake as well.
You're a little confused and like dazed, Flungus, and you're like kind of looking around as you're just being carried by Ott. And then after a moment, you look down, you would just see what appears to be the gnome Sawyer just laid there, crumpled.
Fix it. Fix him.
Okay. And then Flungus is gonna go over and use. Actually, can I just stabilize him, or do I have to use a healing thing?
So if you stabilize him, he won't get the benefits of a long rest.
Oh God.
Okay, well then I'll just use Cure Wounds then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do.
As you kind of walk over now and kind of tap him on the back of his on his back and whatnot, kind of sending some curing magic into him. Sawyer, you wake up and you feel awful.
Oh fuck!
Like it almost feels like it's like you fell off the bed. if you were like in a 3
like
bedded
a 30-foot
bunk
tree?
bed. Yeah. And like you kind of roll over and like you're still tired, like you don't feel like you've slept that much, and you just feel like you've been just again like either you've fallen off of a massive bunk bed or the ceiling collapsed in on you while you were sleeping.
I'm just gonna
it's like kind of.
I'm just gonna end my days. Just look up.
It's just kind of like kicking dirt, looking at the ground off to the side.
I'm just gonna hold my back, like, oh shit. I'm grab my sleeping bag and my pillow, put it back under me, and go right back to sleep. I ain't got time to worry about it. I feel too bad.
I'll like walk over and put like my blanket on him.
Jesus Christ. Campaign is starting off great. I'm saying it's out of character.
I can't wait for the Gnome Genasi race war.
It's a bit of a weird arc, but you know, it concluded naturally, I suppose.
I look over at the guy who's like poured his coffee.
Yeah, dude, Dorn's just like sat there like,
You can turn around and walk back.
Okay. He just kind of takes a drink.
I would assume the rest of our rest would go fine, right?
Yeah, after that, I assume, Flungus, you kind of walk back to the tent that was set up for you and just go back to sleep. As a couple more hours pass until eventually all of you, one by one, wake up feeling well rested. Sawyer, you still feel
A little bit of pain.
Yeah, like you obviously like get the benefits of a long rest, but boy, your back is killing you. Like your leg is cramped up a little bit. Your arm, it's almost like you pulled a muscle in like all of your arm.
Oh man, Jesus. Actually, that's not my god. I wrote it down, I'm pretty sure. I did not write it down on here. I should have.
I forgot to set those to short and long.
No take backs. Has to be Jesus now.
Yeah, oh no, it was in the document. I know it's the fucking.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm supposed to even.
As soon as I wake up, I'm immediately going to
Rodor.
First, I'm gonna look around, try and find a place that's, you know. I'm gonna start putting my armor on. Basically, I'm gonna don my armor.
Sure.
Wake up, see the fucking crater, just see Ott walking away from said crater. Like, all right.
And then
I don't really need to know more than this. And
What
go
the
get
hell
my
happened
coffee.
to my tent?
and like after I come back, I'm like, wow, I'll sleep pretty good.
Yeah, I slept pretty good too.
I don't know how
Yeah.
you guys slept so well on this ground. It's probably the worst I've ever slept on. Holy shit.
I feel like Shivno would be able to tell you some ways you can sleep on this ground. They look
Yeah.
pretty comfortable.
She's still currently like soft rumbling, breathy snore, just
Honk
chilling.
shoe.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at that. That's
Just
like
that
peak
slight
performance.
undertone of thunder. Yep.
Hey, Ott, you liked where you woke up?
Yeah, it was. It's a nice view, I guess. You slept okay?
Now you talk. Now you say it. No, I didn't. Feels like I got steamrolled or something last night.
Huh.
You know, I just want to point out, there's an alternate reality out there where,
Ott just
because
left
you
him.
were, well, no, you were injured, weren't you, Ott?
Yeah, I was.
Barely. I
Well-
was missing like 10 health, maybe.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, because there's like an alternate universe out there where like you were
I
a
fell,
bit more
missed the roll,
hurt.
and
You
died.
fell, yeah, you failed the roll and hit the ground and got reduced to 0, just bleed out there while everyone's asleep.
Just wake up to 2 dead bodies.
That was just one.
Well, I mean, like, if no one woke up to fucking stabilize or heal his ass, he would have had to start making death saves.
Well,
Yeah,
He's at
literally.
0.
yeah, he's talking about if he fell out of the tree
Mm.
and didn't make it.
Yeah.
I would have been fine afterwards because he wouldn't have been able
'Cause-
to fucking pull his prank.
There's another reality where you put him above your tree for some dumbass reason and both got
Yeah.
squashed.
Yeah,
He fucking lands. He lands on
if-
top of me.
If your tent was within jumping distance from the tree, that's what I was asking about. You were about to get cannonballed, probably. Not that it would have mattered, because apparently just a running jump dealt 15 damage.
Right.
My mind was because he's so small. I was doing a
Yeah.
D6 per 100 pounds.
Ott's a beefy lad, but it was a 6, a 4, and a 5, so
Well, yeah, I didn't think he'd near max roll, but here we are.
here we are. I was expecting to do like 3 to 5 damage kind of thing.
Yeah, it's funnier this way, just seeing fucking get absolutely blasted.
Literally.
When you
get
wake up and
bodied.
accidentally kill a man.
Get the accidental homicide counter going.
Wait, does that count as an injured character death counter?
No.
We're close. We're close.
Hey, that's
Close.
close, yeah.
Dang.
He didn't die, unfortunately. He just got reduced to 0. But it was awfully close. He failed his death
Very
save.
early
Andrew
on.
strikes again.
And at first I thought you not won it, because I guess on Foundry, if you roll a death save
It'll
and
show
it
as
fails,
greener.
it turns it as red.
Yeah.
Which is normally in roll 20, it only turns it red or green if it's a 1 or a 20. And so when I saw the red, I was like, shit,
Yeah.
that's not good.
You know, I saw the 9 before I noticed that it was tainted red, so I knew I was.
But yeah, as all of you begin to slowly stir awake now, as the others, Jadorn, V, and all of them, they're also kind of slowly coming to and kind of putting out the fire as like the Jadorn finishes cooking, seemingly. As
Should have done a
Is
little
there-
stretch and sit up and let out a big yawn.
yeah, is there
Sit
Thank
like
you
a
for
anything?
rock.
Yes.
I'm gonna take this morning to fix my tent before we leave.
Sure. Are you
What?
just conjuring a new one?
No, because if I conjured a tent, it would only last an hour.
Ah.
I have to fix the physical tent I was using.
Oh, I thought this was a content.
No, if I conjured the tent, the conjuration only lasts an hour, so I couldn't actually like stay in a conjured tent. all night.
yeah.
If I could, I would, because that would be funny. Although it wouldn't
It would
work
be.
very well, because it's a bright ass tent because it glows.
Hey, I mean, some people sleep with the lights on, so.
Yeah, I sleep with my TV on, so.
First, I would like it to be pitch dark, no sound, and cold.
I would like it to be pitch dark, but with sound.
But yeah,
I'm fine with any of
as,
those, but also no.
is there anything that you all are doing as the morning arrives and you all are kind of sat around the tent or around the camp?
You guys can get
Mabel
it.
kind of stretches like a cat, like, and then asks for some coffee.
Yeah, Jadorn has like a little canister that was being made ever since he's been awake.
Can I get some?
He just kind of hands you the canister.
You guys can
Oh.
get a peek at my notes.
Thanks.
Post my Discord.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna die.
It's a simple math equation.
Yeah, you can see here the fucking around was quite low in the start, and then as it progressed, the finding out increased exponentially.
That's for morning. Actually, they check the day. I think it's fine. No, yeah, it was yesterday, so yeah, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, which I'll put the time to the right.
Probably just enjoy the coffee, enjoy a little bit of time with the mask off while eating before putting it back on, and relaxing. Is Unseen Servant a ritual? I have to check.
I think it's spell. Well,
Yeah, if it's not a ritual, then that's it.
I think it is a ritual spell, but I think you have to be a wizard to do that.
No, it is a ritual. You can
Yep.
ritual cast ritual spells, like even if you're not a wizard.
As long as you're a ritual
No.
caster.
No, you have to have a ritual caster to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, do sorcerers get ritual caster?
No. The only casters who get ritual casting, I believe, are wizards and druids.
and
Clerics.
Or sorry, wizards and clerics.
And artificers.
warlocks can also get it through fucking
Yeah, you have to get the tome.
tome.
But yeah, it's like a specific part of spell casting. It's like ritual or casting as
no,
a ritual, something like that.
It's because of 1D&D. 1D&D allows you to do that shit regardless.
Yeah. Because, yeah, like wizards have the
It's
ritual
fucking
casting
retired.
tag. And then I think clerics also get it. Yeah, clerics
do.
get it.
If there's a ritual
Druids.
casting aspect, you should just be able to ritual cast. It's not like fucking clerics have books.
Yeah, clerics,
make
druids,
any
and
sense.
wizards can, and I think artificers
It's-
might be able to.
It's all the prep casters. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's all the prep casters.
Look, if you need
Yeah,
if you
but
need an unseen servant, I'll get you one.
I don't need it. It was just gonna be for flavor. It's just stupid that like if it's a ritual spell, you can't ritual cast it unless you're
Paladins can't either,
a
despite
specific
being.
kind.
You have to be a full caster.
Yeah.
Prep caster, unless you're artificer, which breaks all the rules. We don't talk about artificer.
They're like a 2/3 caster, right?
Yes.
Technically,
2/3 or
yeah.
3/4, like that.
Because they used to, the idea was that if you're half caster, you don't get cantrips, and then they made artificer have cantrips and have half casting and have ritual casting. It doesn't make sense, but here we are.
They broke all
But
the
yeah.
rules.
Sorcerers, unfortunately, do not get ritual caster unless you have the feat.
Oh, I guess I know I'm gonna have to pick up later because that pisses me off.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta roll my die for the day.
The what?
My die.
You almost did.
No.
The next morning, I'll just kind of like go sit down next to Flungus and be like, thanks again.
Oh
Is
no.
it a
worries.
D20 you're rolling, Andrew?
No, it's those.
Dang it.
It's private to GM. Whoops. Both of those are private to GM.
Turn it back.
Field everyone. Field everyone. Field everyone. Did it roll
You
a
got the
D6? It didn't
experimental
roll
elixir.
a D6.
You have to click it.
Alter self. Oh no, I was thinking the 9th level. I was like, God damn.
You're like thinking
Experimental
shape
elixir
change or
cast a
whatever.
9th level spell. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, he only has a 1 in 6 chance of doing that, so it's balanced. Is what someone on Reddit would say.
Yep. You know. So I have that for today.
Yeah. So, like, for your elixir, is it like just something that you make every day, or is it
Yeah,
like a...
it says it specifically that when after a long rest, I have to make it, and then if it isn't used, I believe it goes away. It's like
Gotcha.
a
So yeah,
once a day kind of thing.
y'all would watch like as everyone's starting to get up. Sawyer's like out there like cooking something up at the fire.
Let him cook.
Like food?
No.
No.
No, someone else already cooked food.
No longer
otherwise I
interested.
would.
Oh yeah, literally.
He does have a weird like, let's see, what color would this be? Across the 3 effects, that'd be red. Yeah, it's like a little green elixir that he seems to have made.
I wasn't planning on making that today, but whatever. I guess it'll maybe come in.
Something wrong, Sawyer?
Just another old self potion.
Oh.
I think after all these years of making them, I'd be able to choose, but no.
Do you even know what this one does? Or are you gonna make me drink it again?
No, I know what this one does.
Alright, well that's good.
I make this
They
one
taste
You
occasionally.
bad.
experiment on children, Sawyer?
I voluntarily do it. Excuse
You don't get to
you.
consent. You were,
I-
especially if this was 4 years ago.
What do you mean if I don't get to consent? If I
don't-
want to drink it, I can drink it. Here, give it to me, Sawyer.
Oh,
We're not wasting a magical potion just so you can prove a point. And also, I only give them the ones that I've already tested, at least once.
See?
What about clinical trials that are supposed to check for long-lasting effects, like cancer?
Yeah.
I mean, we're still working on those, aren't we?
Yep.
Do you have
I'm
to
not
test
dead
for
yet.
like? Do you have to test for both like tabaxi or cat and like human cancers, or?
Actually, that's a good point.
Look, I only test if it works in the immediate. I don't test it. I don't really know what happens after the long term.
Fair enough.
I usually people I sell potion to don't stick around very long because they're gone their way doing something else.
You got a funny way of putting that they're dead.
They drink your potions and they die.
I wasn't saying they died. I was saying
I'm
I'm more
joking. Do you know any jokes, Eerie? Please.
You have terrible jokes.
They don't die, usually.
Oh,
What do you take him for, a murderer?
more like
No,
a manslaughterer, but
Yeah, it's like more of just horribly irresponsible.
He's neither, I can assure you.
I will assure you, I am very responsible because some of these things can blow up, and I have to be very careful with them.
You're drinking
you
things
go.
that explode.
No,
Or you're having people drink
No.
things that
Some
explode.
of them are
No.
volatile.
it'd probably be bad if a big thing like jumped or fell onto him, right?
Yeah, it would be really bad if something hopped onto me. I'm a tiny guy; it would hurt me a lot.
He's also pretty old. His bones would probably crack.
I'm average for my.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they all
See
say.
about that, old man.
I'm only 70. I ain't that old.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that
I'm
is
only-
quite elder.
You say
Look at
70 or
me.
270?
Just 70. Thank kids.
How old do gnomes get again?
I
Like
want to
500
say,
or something.
yeah,
300.
they're pretty high up there.
I think the
thought-
book said 300, but it could be 500.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really remember.
let me look exactly. No.
350, almost 500.
Yeah, which is, yeah, they can go anywhere from 350 to about 500, which, yeah, means that he's like, in human terms, he would be about like maybe 20 or so. Which
Well,
it's
they
a little
hit-
odd considering how old Sawyer actually looks.
He's been through a lot.
He did not age well. It's a very you actually would know that this is actually a condition that some gnomes have where they begin to age at like the rate of a human. And once they hit like their 60s or 70s, they plateau for the rest of their life, remaining like a 60 or 70-year-old in
I just want to see
human
him
years.
progressively get older, just forever, and just turn into like a fucking pile of wrinkled
By like
skin.
200, age 200, he's just like literally he's just like a little mummified like body.
But still
He's like that
alive.
grandma worm from SpongeBob, the one
Yeah.
with like the empty eye socket.
True.
I'm too young.
What are they smiling?
What a horrible disease.
Chocolate. I ate chocolate.
Look, I had a very stressing time in my 20s. Okay.
If you say so.
Oh,
I mean, I guess the world was like kind of ending, right? So
yes, it was kind of ending at that time. And I
Right.
was kind of on the team that built the portal that allowed the heroes team to, go face off the warden. So I was kind of on ground zero on the day of reckoning.
I keep forgetting that you know them. Or that we... Not the point.
I still have my mask off for the time being because we've been eating and drinking. I just look disgruntled every single time that gets brought up.
Shimno will also like get up and chug her water, and then like start doing some stretches, big old stretches, and then walk
Oh.
over to stand by. Fuck, where is it?
That seems
Sawyer.
like a good idea.
What, doing
Yeah, she'll walk over
stretches?
and stand
Yeah.
by Sawyer, because you're making your potion over the fire, right? Or like next to it or something.
I could produce my own fire because I have
Are you using fire? Is more so the question.
No, that's an infusion. I have a thing. I forget where it's at. I have a thing that allows me to create like a small fire.
You are using fire.
Yeah, I would have to use fire to probably
Okay,
conjure
sorry, I
up
had to
at least a small fire.
mute to cough. Okay, yeah. Well, she'll walk over and see you using fire and like bend down and be like, "Do you need firewood, elder?" I go make firewood. If you need my blood for thing, come fetch Shimno, and she'll like walk off with her axe.
Thank you, Shimno.
And I'll go start cutting down trees.
At least I haven't.
She's so helpful.
At least I haven't balded.
I mean,
May
I think
wanna
there's a
check
couple
again,
of patches
but-
back there.
yeah.
Y'all shut up. They don't exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Hi, Martin. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just hand me a cup of coffee.
I'm gonna take a sip of it. That's a lovely cuppa.
Cup of what?
Cup of Joe, I
Cup
think
of
the saying
coffee.
goes.
It's just
Okay.
a lovely cuppa.
Is that like
Cup of what?
Of all the places I've been, not very many places, but all the places I've been, I've never heard anyone talk like you.
You should hear my grandma. She talks real funny.
Yeah, I think it's a Maurice thing, but
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, I think once everyone's had their meals and all, and Shimno's done getting firewood, I think we should be about ready to go. Where is V anyway?
Yeah, I mean, you would see that like V is kind of off to the side, fixing his tent and like kind of packing everything up.
I'll just like walk over into him. It's like, so for the plan today, we're just gonna use the teleportation circle to go to your tavern.
Yes, Revine will set it up and send us there.
And where is your tavern exactly?
I mean, it's not too far. It's are you familiar with Cyreseer to any degree?
I certainly know of it, more so around the Nargabar than anything.
Gotcha. Well, it's on the opposite landmass of Cyreseer. It's in a
I don't know shit
small
about that.
it's in a small town a little outside of Crayston.
Okay. Well, it'll be my first time there, so I'll be looking forward to it.
Christ. Oh,
Right here.
I
I ping.
have a
There we go.
yeah. I got a question.
Oh,
Oh.
So
Sorry, what's
why
it
did
called
we
again?
come to our Tang? Our whatever continent we're on now.
Well, because it was out of the way, and there were some other things. I knew of the kobolds here, and knew that they were a bit of I wouldn't say a major issue, but I was going to at least try and have you all maybe go over there and just deal with them because they have been causing disappearances nonetheless around the area. So they were on my radar, and I was going to send you all there, but they got to you first, unfortunately.
Kind of funny if you think about it.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just let me know whenever the teleportation whatever is ready.
Well, whenever everyone's ready, we can start. It'll take about a minute or so for Revine to make it.
Go
But
see if also I'll go see if Shibno needs help carrying wood or something.
sure.
Walk over, she's like felling trees like one swing.
Like
Just, like,
Minecraft, just punching
clear through.
punching like a little like foot block and just sending it flying out.
Shimno
I'm gonna fly back to the camp like Jesus.
yeah, you'll see her swing her axe and it'll crack in a tree and knock it over. And then she'll like turn, kind of wipe some sweat from her brow and see you and like raise up a hand in greeting and be like, "Oh, hello. You come to help?"
Sure. I don't have an axe on me, but I can
So
help
here we
carry,
are.
so
That is fine. I will chop if you are strong, you can carry.
sure.
I appreciate your help.
Of
You must
course.
always have wood. You must
Human.
always be prepared.
Okay. Are we bringing the wood with us or
It was for Tiny Man and his fire, but if we don't need, I will leave it at their camp. And I
Okay.
will probably carry some with me. It is important to have wood.
I agree.
Difference between survival and death. Very often.
Okay. Yeah, I'll help carry.
Hmm. She'll start cutting it into more manageable logs and making little stacks, and she'll hand you a stack. And she'll carry like 2 more stacks and just start carrying back.
If Shimno had a TikTok, it'd be those ones where they're fucking just cutting logs and talking about bullshit.
Oh my god, yeah!
Actually,
like
yeah,
an
probably.
Reddit, it's like a Reddit
Yeah.
post that they're reading from, and then it's just them
Mhm.
cutting down shit.
Mm-hmm.
Epic
you
and
guys get
Betfell.
back,
I
I'm
saw
just
that,
like
Sam.
expecting.
I got it downloaded. The gift wasn't playing. 1 second.
I feel like if a druid had one, it would be that lady of like, and it's another great day of saving the bees.
When y'all get back with all your wood, you're just gonna see fucking Eerie just looking over like at the giant cube of fucking wood that got launched into camp. Like, how the fuck?
It's a little unsettling.
Where did this even come from?
I chopped down a tree.
You just sent a,
Chopped down a
a
tree.
literal
I
block
mean,
of wood flying all the way from over there.
she chopped down a
I
tree.
like to
What are you
give
questioning?
all of my effort. This is important to stay strong. You stretch, you work, you train.
I'm kind of scared of your training. That's an
That probably
intimidating
means you
mindset.
need it.
Holy shit, hoodwinked.
Oh my god!
I've never
You're
seen that in my
so
life.
right. It's funny. You would like that movie.
It's something.
You
Hoodwinked
would
and
like
hoodwinked
that
too.
Fever
movie.
dream.
It
Interesting.
kind of did feel
That's
like
one
a
of the things you
fever
look
dream.
back on and you're like, they really
Oh yeah,
just
no,
stuck us
I
instead of a TV just to like get us to shut the fuck up.
I remember I didn't watch the movie fully, but I watched like someone going over like how like weird this movie was. And, like even looking at the animation for it, like obviously
Yeah.
GIF doesn't do it
Yeah.
justice. But like looking at its animation, it's insane to me that like that movie was well received with how like awful some of the animation is from time to
I
time.
remember when it came out and I saw the trailer and it just looked like shit. That's why I didn't understand it.
I actually
I
liked
feel
the
like
movie
that
a
was
lot.
the appeal, was that it
You're
looked like
talking-
shit. That's why it was so funny.
I
I
feel
liked
like
the movie a lot
like
when I was a kid.
that's like saying the fucking Elsa and Spider-Man
yeah.
YouTube videos actually have any kind of appeal. They just look like shit.
I think
Yeah.
I was of the
I
right
think back
of
then
the
it
right
was just
age.
like the
Yeah.
fucking the meme like of like oh little Red Riding Hood, but she's like a ninja, and a
Mhm.
grandma taught her who's also like a ninja.
The only thing I can really remember from that movie is
Fucking
the
2000s
goat.
bull.
The goat
Mhm.
is great. I
Yeah.
found
I love the
when
goat!
looking for it, I came across a couple gifs of the goat.
I remember the story was actually like decent for the movie.
It was pretty good, damn good, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It was a
It
pretty
just
fun
looks
movie.
it's
I liked it as a
it's
kid.
yeah. I mean, I liked it as a kid too, but like I mean, it's just the animation. Looking back on it, it's like wow, you can tell that this did not
Yeah.
age that good. You know?
No.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, as y'all are kind of now with firewood and whatnot, eventually, like as everyone's kind of done their morning routines,
Hopefully not a routine, but
what's not a
Kill-
routine?
hopefully not killing a gnome.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Certified gnome hater in the second session, man. The
Yeah, I
continuity,
swear
you gotta love
that's sticking too. I'm not
This is at
getting
least
rid
one
of that
session. Once a session, a gnome has to get fucked.
one.
So you
Also-
better hope we go to a planet with
Hey,
a lot of
yo.
gnomes, or you know.
Oh, when I got up in the morning, just by the way, just so you know, Mega, because I have
Yeah.
to infuse items, but I can't fucking find. I can infuse items in the morning after a long rest, and since I haven't done it yet, I would do it now.
Okay.
It's just the artificer infusion. I can't fucking find how to add them into here.
So you have to import them like you would a warlock invocation.
Okay, I don't know where to go for that. We can talk about
Um,
it later, though. I'm just gonna say what infusions I'm putting on, because I would take the I would use enhanced defense on Maple, and I would use enhanced weapon on
I flex my scrawny little arms.
Sherwin fucking Kate's character. Shimno.
Shimno.
I'm trying to
You
remember the
say
names.
Sherman?
I'm trying to remember the names.
She knows march to the scene.
Yeah.
I would infuse the +1 weapon on Shimno and then +1 defense on Maple. So you have +1 AC, and then
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Shimno gets +1 when she attacks with her axe, her giant fucking axe.
The big one or the small one? I have 2 axes.
I would assume you use the big one more often, so I would infuse it. But I would also like ask you beforehand which one.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
The
the big
big
one's
one or
fine.
the small one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which axe? You got the really massive one that's
Small
like
one?
fucking 30-some pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'll take... No, I'll take... I said the big one. The big one, I'll take the thing on.
Okay. I can always change it tomorrow. It's just
Yeah, no,
I
it's fine. Anything for today, I'll take the big one. If I use it, I use it. If I don't, I don't.
but basically you just get +1 on attack and damage rolls.
So what's that process like? Is it like a elixir I gotta drink, or is it something you did with
No,
my
it's
weapon,
I
or what's
literally
it,
just
what's it look
infuse
like?
them. I just infuse your weapon with magic. I'm
Okay, cool.
I'm an artificer, so I just like fucking walk
Mhm.
over with my magic hammer, fucking smack it, and all the magic goes into it, and now it's now it's got +1.
Go bonk.
Oh,
So wait, to infuse Maple, do you just bonk Maple's head?
I just give you a slap on the back.
Oh.
But you know, smacking you on the head does sound better, so I'll do that instead.
Hey!
Gotta
thank you
knock some
for
sense
your
into you.
assistance.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm the countryman here, not you.
I swear to God, your accent's gonna rub off.
Well, it'd be mighty strange for you to have your accent for so long and then suddenly have it rub off just because we've talked to each other for a little while.
Well, you see, I'm from the South in real life, so I hear this shit all the time.
Well, it sounds like we got something in common then. Now,
This is a fucking psyop, I swear to God.
But yeah. As oh, what, Shimna?
Sorry, I'm just gonna say, after fucking God, Sawyer does the thing and the fireworks back, she's going to just very quickly also, because I almost forgot to do it. You'll see Shimno kind of take off this big necklace that she has around her neck. It's kind of like rough looking. It's got like glass and rock like carved beads, and there's like a big gem pendant in the middle that currently is blank, but she'll take it off, take it over by the fire, and pull out her jewel carving tools, and she will carve a rune by the fire into her necklace. And I think Omega, I'm gonna go with the what rune? Yeah, I'll go with the journey rune. And she'll just carve a rune into her necklace.
Sawyer's gonna watch with
That's so fun.
intense curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't
Yep,
seen
she's.
a rune like that before.
It
Hell,
is
it's been
the
a long.
magic of giants, friend.
Oh, is it
Yes,
just
very useful.
Is it just a skill you learned or something?
I was taught by Master Runesmith.
Can I take a glance at it and be able to see what it like says in Giant? Since I know Giant, or
I mean, it literally would just be the giant rune for a journey. That's all it says.
oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then Maple kind of like look over your shoulders. You're like, journey, huh?
Yes, whenever you carve, you channel magic into it, and you carve your intent, and then I can use magic. It is very useful.
Would you mind teaching me how to do that? I may be able to infuse some chemical stuff doing that.
It's, I'm not sure. It is ancient giant secret taught to me by giants and by Master Runesmith. I don't know if I can take apprentice.
What about me? I mean, I know how to read Giant. Does that count?
It is not about reading it. It is about using magic, ancient
Oh.
magic of giants. You must go through trials. There is much to it, and I don't think I have the strength or knowledge to lead you.
Oh, well.
But if you wish to learn to be apprentice, you could always make voyage to Tundra Isles.
No, I'm
Climb
sorry.
highest
I
mountain.
already have
Look
an
for
ancient.
Thunder Giant.
Listen, I've already got one ancient tabaxi, a heirloom, whatever item. I think I'm good for now.
That's fine.
But thank you for
You
the
ask
offer.
questions, I answer.
Oh yes, of course, you know.
It's a shame I can't learn though. I'm working on cooking anyway, so it's fine.
What you cooking?
I'm working on learning how to cook. I didn't cook today.
Oh. So he's gonna become a gnome who cooks. What are we, Dungeon Meshy?
I'm a gnome. I'm a gnome that can tinker, can use thieves' tools, is an alchemist, is a cartographer, is a jeweler, knows how to drive
A
land
little bit of
vehicles,
everything.
knows how to
Yes,
knows
Sam,
how to
yes.
use
Let's fucking go.
he knows how to use the fucking smith's a fucking anvil to smith things. He can drive a boat and he knows how to navigate. I need more.
Need more. I think you're good there, buddy.
I need more. There are so many professions in this game. I need all of them, including rune carving, because apparently that's a profession and not a fucking class.
Also, Shay, I assume you've seen my Discord profile
Oh yes,
picture.
of course.
Yeah.
I started watching it recently. It's really good.
It is really good. I finished the
so
show.
good. I need to finish it. I've only been watching it while I work though. So, sorry. Go ahead. We're doing stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, no, she'll finish up and just put the necklace on, and that's it. A morning ritual.
All right. Well, where's that V fella at? What's our plan now?
I think we're about to get teleported.
They've been setting up the teleportation circle to go. So
Yeah. At this point, you would see that the tiefling woman now is like taking a stick and is currently creating what seems like a small like circle in the dirt.
That teleportation spell?
Yep.
Wouldn't happen to have that written down.
The spell?
Yeah.
Are you able to cast it?
Not yet.
She looks like noticeably confused as she just keeps going.
Damn it.
I feel your pain, Andrew.
Hey, I get the privilege of you having opened up a shop so I can buy my
Oh,
shit
yeah.
from. I'm gonna be okay.
Discount spell scrolls everywhere.
I can't wait. Oh my god. I'm gonna try to get my privilege of having helped out the party to see if I can get discounts at your store too. That's for later. We can continue for the now.
As you all kind of stand around there with all your equipment and whatnot, she finishes drawing the circle before she mutters something under her breath and then taps it. As you would see the engraving of it all begin to kind of like glow ever so slightly, and then suddenly it seems to open up a small portal that you all are able to now step into as they all begin to move in, as I assume you all follow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. As you all step through, feeling yourselves be pulled across a vast distance in literally a second, as that is where we'll go ahead and end for tonight.
I'm also just picturing that, like, we all step on there, right? And Sawyer, who knows the spell, just goes, "Wait a minute, can't teleportation only take 10 people?" And then everyone else disappears around him. God dang it!
I think teleportation
Circle doesn't have a limit.
Oh, okay, is it teleportation that just says 10?
Teleportation, the standard
Teleport
teleportation
is like-
spell, teleport has like I think up to you
it's
and
7.
6 or 7 other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
But teleportation circle just opens up basically a door for 6 seconds that anyone can walk in, or
Like-
creates a rift in the circle that anyone can step into and they come out the other side.
Like tree stride.
Yeah, basically. It's like, in theory, you can fit an infinite number of people inside of a singular teleportation circle spell casting, provided that they can move within the 6 seconds needed.
So we just get a whole long line of peasants, right? And we just create the railgun and have
Shut
them.
the fuck up.
Oh my god.